What's the deal, my people? You know what it is, the Don Tony Teflon. I am back at you with another video. We're talking from season motherfucking 4, episode 5. You know, a lot of people have been giving this high praise, this episode, and I also have high praise for it. But we'll get into all that. Phil's in the background. He'll be back. Make sure you wish Phil a happy motherfucking birthday as soon as he gets up in here. Soon as you see him out here today, you make sure that you do that. You know what I'm saying? As soon as Phil pops in, that's the number one thing is you give Phil happy birthday. All right. The man's turned 35 years old today. You know what I mean? He's feeling bad. Feeling like he's a little bit old at 35. But, you know, give him some love. Show the man some love. Show him everything you got to show him. You know what I mean? That's what we expect and everything else. And as for everything, don't do it yet. He ain't there. You gotta let him be able to see it and stuff, or it ain't gonna be worth nothing right there. All right, so people, what is this? It's like, what is this? You know, hey, where's the hat, Tony? What does that mean? The hat, Tony. You know, listen. The Don's been out for a little bit. You know what I mean? If you can tell, the Don's been under the weather. I went out to Florida and stuff. You know, and I can rock the hat. If that's what you want to see me in, I can rock the hat. But I can just, you know. We expected Samantha today. We expected Samantha. We are not expecting words, but they're not night. So we never know. You know, I can rock the hat if that's what you want. I'll turn the camera off and get the hat right now for you. 1 second. I'll go get it. Nah, I'm not going to get nothing. I'm staying just like this. I don't give a goddamn what anybody says. This is me. I'm a Don. Big Sexy. That's what they call me. You know what I mean? We will wait until Phil gets in here, but I will give you. But before we do, let me give shout outs to the people up in here right now and everything else. Bill Chael in the building rocking with us right now. Lola Bear is up in this piece rocking with us right there. Miss Crisis is up in here rocking with us right now. My man Bill Tron is in there rocking with us. Allison is in here. Oh, my mic sounds a bit. Let me check the mic. I've been having some issues. No, I've had some issues to make sure. Yeah, it is the wrong mic. Let me make sure. Wait a second. All right, it is the mic. Let me. It was going in and out for a second, the mic, and I heard it. I don't think it's registering yet. So let me pull the mic out, put my mic back in. No. Why is it not coming up? This is when Phil needs to be here, so I can fix this mic situation. I will fix the mic situation as soon as Phil gets here, so just bear with me until I can actually get that done and everything else. There we go. All right, there we go. Now the mic should be much better. Hopefully that is what it is and stuff like that. You know, don't be intimidated by me. All right, that's what you being intimidated. Don't be. Let's say what up to everybody else is out here. We got someone rocking from Phil the Issues guys. So that is Jen rocking with us right now. We also have many Full is in the building rocking with us. We got another Teflon in the building. Who is this? Teflon Juan is up in here. Teflon T1's in the building. Rocker, he said he sounds just like Bull. You know, listen, I don't hear it. I hear it a lot of times, people saying it, but I don't hear it at all. But you know, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I don't take that as any disrespect and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Rocking with the Don. Who else we got in here? Carla is up in here rocking with us right there. I was worried about her. I'm worried about her for a minute. You know what I mean? She's up in here for it. We got Jewel Niles is up in here rocking with us right now. We have everyone. Big Heck, no hat. Why is everybody sweating my hat right now, man? Yeah. Listen, man. Yo, yes, it's clean and fresh. You know, listen, man. Don't stress me on it, man. All right. What is this? Sorry, big hat. This is the no hat era. It is the no hat era. Everyone remember, yeah. This is the no. I don't, man. Stressing me out. We don't need a hat, bro.
So, like, if Acosta had to create her perfect man, like an avatar, the Don Tony Teflon would be it.
Always remember that. All right. Always remember that. That's all you have to remember. Phil, you up in this piece?
Yeah. If nothing else comes from that, we've got that drop forever. That's good. That's going to be played forever. Oh my goodness. What an episode, Tony. What a long, strange trip it's been. It was a strange trip of an episode. We'll break it in, as I'm sure everyone that watches might have different thoughts, different feelings about it. But people were asking for answers. And if people are still after this one going, oh, they never give any answers, then this show isn't for you. I think they definitely gave you a lot of good stuff. There was still stuff to interpret and take it in different ways and take what certain things mean, whether you take it for face value or think that there's something else going on. But for the most part, this was probably one of my favorite episodes of the entire series.
A lot of people feel that way. I think I've heard a lot of good stuff and everything else, you know what I mean, about this episode from a lot of people. And I agree that it was a very good episode. I do have some issues with it. That some things that I thought were unnecessary for them to do, but you know, overall, I think it was a good episode. Do you
mean like the Kool-Aid Man smashed through the wall?
Yeah, I didn't need that.
You didn't need Mr. Kool-Aid Man coming in there.
I don't want it to get comical, and you know, there's a thin line you have to tread before horror becomes comedy, right? And I just don't want it to get comical, and I'm feeling like they're walking that rope with me. Like the walking it really tough.
You want to say a different word after that, walking, but there's a couple things I do want to unpack. I do really like this episode. If we're going with, as we've been doing, ranking it, I will give this a 9. I'm not going to give it quite a 10 because I have a couple things that I could point out. It's more just stuff. If you just poke your finger at it a little bit, it's you can get a little weird with sort of some stuff. We'll get into it and we'll break down. We'll go into the full recap. And everyone that said happy birthday, thank you guys. I very much appreciate it. I'll suck up all those birthday wishes. Thank you.
I've been sick this whole week. I've been sick this whole time. And I know if people watch my video and I put music in it and people don't like it when I put music, but I had to because I was wheezing and you could actually hear it in the video. So I had to do that to get it out there. But I'll see if I can take a shot, which I think I could probably get that popping.
Don't kill yourself. Save it towards the end of the show so you don't hurt yourself for the broadcast.
Yeah, so if I go off the screen, then I have to go and handle something and all that. But I was in Florida. You want to see what I was in Florida doing, Phil? Let me show you real quick. I'll show you real quick.
He's gonna go off and go get something that's going to be a surprise for you guys, and I'll talk to you guys in the live chat. Oh, you guys are so amazing! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to all of you! Did someone in the live chat say it was your birthday too? Well, congratulations! It is a great day. We are doing it every single moment, Biltron. Of course we are, all over the place. But do I have to start singing Leaving on a Jet Plane here? Do I have to, well, kiss me and...
You ready, Phil? You ready for this?
Uh-oh. I'm ready. Oh, my goodness. I think you should do the rest of the podcast like that. I'll ask myself 20 years ago, Sonic. Oh my goodness. Dawn, do you like Dawn Window? That's what people are calling you in the live chat. Here we go. Darth Teflon. Okay, we gotta vote on Tony's Jedi name. A wonderful one.
That was a very good time doing that. That was a good time making that and everything else. I loved it. Had a great time out there doing that.
It's fun. It's worth getting a little cold going out there to do all that stuff. It's you can't do everything in a day, but it costs like you have to get a mortgage.
Who said this? Who's this person? Who?
Oh no, no, I thought that said baller for what I'm blind.
You're about to get blocked, brother. I mean, you better watch yourself the way you talk to me. God damn it, you better watch yourself because you see these people there too. I'll be the man coming over your crib when your girl's there, dip my head in baby oil and rub it on her body, and then walking away. That's what you're messing with. You're messing with this dude right here, the Don Tony Teflon, and that's the bottom line. So understand it. Don't let me do it to you. Don't let me do it to you. Anyway, all right, let's I'm just playing with all you. Say what you want and everything else. All right, let's go through everything and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And all this good stuff. We'll
wait on the recap, obviously, and we'll break down
the recap. Let's go through some. We'll just go through like
one thing I want to ask you right away, Tony, right away, because I'm curious about it, because I think it might become important later. There's so much stuff to talk about and so much to break off in this episode, but one little thing that might not have been talked about because so much other stuff happens, and this is just a curiosity question I have for you, Tony. When Marielle and Christy were with the man in yellow, the yellow was Sophia, and like setting her arm and doing all that sort of stuff, when Christy like surprised her and snapped the arm and like hurt her for a second, was she really hurt in that moment? Can they actually hurt her in that body? Like when Christy surprised her and she's like, "Oh, crack. Oh, that hurt." Did she actually hurt her? Can this thing be hurt?
No, that was all game.
You think that was? You think that was a game?
There's no way she was. There was no way she was hurt in that whole situation. You know what I mean? I can't see it. She threw herself off. She's just a very good actress. And in form, you know, not the actress, but
right. No, she's both things.
Acting. She's very good acting about being hurt. No,
she's very thinking in the moment there, because like she surprised her when she did it, and then she reacted immediately with "Oh fuck!" like that. It actually hurt for a second. It was interesting, and I also think that. Thought Donna was going to die in this episode, Tony. Like I was there for it. I was watching.
I just don't know how. Like it all led up to her death. Everything that they showed.
Might be a Glenn Dumpster thing where he almost dies and then he dies later in the season, where she still dies later in the season. Because there's a lot of death foreplay for Donna, dude.
No, it's everything they done said. Oh, Tabitha, if anyone's going to do something stupid and die, it's going to be me. And then Ethan saying this episode, "Oh, I like it when you're around. It's not as scary when you're around." This auto foreshadows Donna's death, and how she survived this one, I don't know. I still don't think she's out of it. Listen, I don't want Donna to die. I want him to get exposed as the mole, so I don't want her to die at all. I want my theory to be right and expose her, but I just don't see how they're doing all this and she makes it out. I just can't see it. It's too much. They're too heavy-handed with it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
No,
you know, that's the way it is.
I'm with you on that one, and I thought it's a couple of, we're going to get to the Kool-Aid Man, the Cabbage Patch Doll, Scarecrow scene later and talk that and break that down, because there's a couple of things in that scene that kind of get to me, and I'm curious of your take on, like how not that Tabitha remembered how to hurt them, but even Ellis like takes one. So these things can be hurt, unlike the other monsters, because like Ellis came behind one of them and hit one of them and kind of knocked it off, knocked one off too. Ellis was able to fight the thing too. It seems like some of our main characters had a little bit of plot armor in that scene, but it's okay. But do you know what wasn't okay, Tony? The drunk Henry singing "Leaving on a Jet Plane." That was horrifying in all the best ways. Like that dude, man, I feel so bad for that guy. Cat.
It's very hard to play a drunk person, right? It's
so good.
It's one of the hardest things to do. You would think that it's playing someone drunk, playing somebody high. Like I think the best person I ever seen play anyone high is the white dude from Half Baked. I think that dude is the
oh wow, fucking what's his name?
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
I've never seen anyone play high better. I think he is high. I don't know if he's playing. Like he's that good. He's that good.
Jim Brewer, I believe.
Yeah, he's that good, that guy. And obviously, Dudley Moore is the best drunk I ever seen anyone play drunk. This guy does a good job at it. Like he's very convincing in it. It makes you think that he's drunk and stuff. And I understand why he would be. Now it's a little over the top, I would say, with it. I thank you, Fernandez C, for the gifting of the 5 Teflon TV memberships.
And thank you, Steph Snow, for the super chat.
You know, thank Fernandez C if you got that and everything else. I'm listening, man. You ain't seen your wife. You've been an alcoholic for a very long time. You ain't seen your wife and kids in a long time. You hear that she's gotten eaten. You know, Kelsey Grammer's family member got eaten by a shark, and I never seen him react like that. You know, people that dingo got somebody's baby back in the day, and they ain't react like that. So I just don't know if it's a little bit too much for what happened. The fact that he ain't seen him all that time and everything else. I mean, I don't know if the manner of death.
I found it very believable in that moment of like how he was freaking out and breaking down and crying. At least I found it like emotional in that moment. In fairness, I agree with two of your examples. Kelsey Grammer got all fucked up and ended up in rehab, crashed his car, did all sorts of fucked up shit. So he's the one example. He definitely went down a bad rabbit hole in that situation. Eric Clapton wrote a song and made money when his kid fell out a window. But I guess I just, with this guy, I think he's also, I think he was a horrible husband, and he probably pushed her away too. So he's holding on to a lot of resentment.
She was out because obviously if she had the whole thing packed up and she was out, I think she was leaving him. You know, so I don't think she was planning on staying. I think she was already out on him. I think that the relationship was over, and that's what it was. And I don't see it any other way. You know, I can just see how it's going to be now. You know what I mean? Because once we have seen that this whole show, since the beginning of the show, all we've ever talked about were these people just getting together and these people just talking together and just saying, you know, communicating. And now we're seeing that if they do communicate, they're going to kill you. So I can see this right now going down. Tabitha going out there, telling them, don't feel bad. I'm your wife reincarnated. He just gets drunk and blabs this whole shit to all of them. And then all of a sudden it just gets found out. And then they just start the execution for everybody up.
They're going to try. I don't think they're going to get away with it this time, because I think your girl Acosta is going to save the day. But I do think it was
terrible that she wasn't in this episode.
She wasn't. I kind of expected to see her towards the end of the episode.
In every episode. I don't understand what these people are doing. Who's making
I do think
every episode.
I do think one thing that's very important that came out of that situation, though, and what ultimately it's going to end up with, because I don't think Henry lasts the season, is Victor maturing. You saw in that scene the look on Victor's face for the first time. You could see him kind of taking accountability. He didn't play his bullshit game with Kenny when Kenny later in the episode was like, oh, or asked him what happened. He didn't go, oh no. He told him exactly. I showed Dad a picture of my mom getting eaten, and I shouldn't have showed him that. It was a fucking mistake. And so you show a little character growth in Victor and taking more accountability.
He did do
a little bit, but he didn't quite go all the way there. He stopped.
He put the hands up. He definitely put the hands up.
He communicated. He fucking communicated. We got to give Victor credit.
He definitely put the hands up. He did communicate, but the hands were going. I seen it.
You're right. He was like, no, I'm gonna tell you.
He was fighting it, but the hands are definitely going up and stuff.
But he did it for sure. He definitely did it for sure. I love how talk about this in the recaps. I'll probably repeat myself, but I love when they're at the settlement area and Donna's like barking orders, and Mr. Dead Guy, who I'm not even gonna remember his name because I don't care because he's dead soon, gives Donna like the hot shot cop thing. You might be in charge of Colony House, but you're not in charge of me, Donna. It was just a kind of a funny line. It's like you're so dead, dude. You're like dead.
Yeah, it was obvious that guy was gonna go. I mean, I just think that when dealing with that whole scarecrow thing, we'll go through theories and stuff and everything else. It throws me out of what's actually going on. It's so out of left field from everything that we've seen. I understand it, and I see what they're trying to do with it, and we'll get into the theories, and I'll talk about my theories of why they're doing it. But it just threw me out of it a little bit. And if they really do a giant spider, I just don't think it works.
I think that was our spiders. I think we finally got our spiders. Spider people, you're happy. We got a big spider thing. That's it for the spiders. The spiders trigger into different thoughts, and there's some communication stuff with the tripping in his mind, but that's cool. That being said, another stupid question, but I'm just curious because I was drinking the fucking Kool-Aid, Tony. Did the tripping hinkiness fool you at the end? Like that Jade was sitting inside the whole time?
It never fooled me at all. Not one time.
I actually thought they were walking around. I gotta admit, I'm fucking an idiot. I totally thought they were walking around.
I never thought it at all. I knew they were sitting there. I knew it was on his head the whole time. I knew it. And I'll tell you exactly how I knew. As soon as he drank the blood, when he was talking to Boyd, the blood was still on the shirt in his hands. So if that's in his head, Boyd should have never been able to see the blood on his shirt in his hands the whole time. It would have been a very inconsistent thing. It would have been a bad shooting. So once I seen that, then I knew. I was like, all right, this Boyd's in his head too. This is all.
Yeah, no, I kept looking at Boyd's what the white in his beard. I was like, is it different in this one than the dream? But no, it totally fooled me. I'll admit I was drinking the Kool-Aid.
It was done good. It was done very well. And, it's one of the best individual scenes shot like straight through in the show's history,
especially with the cinematography messed with like the 3 different camera angles and the flashback elements, and Boyd being the spiritual guide in that, and people with the tripping thing. I'll talk about this a little bit later, but Boyd was perfect in the something else. I love that they mentioned that with tripping, with not that I know for a fact, but we used to always call it the something else. Like when you start tripping, hold on to something, whether it's a lighter, whether it's a notebook, whether it's a person. That's your something else. Just in case you need something, you're losing your mind. Like you just think, oh, I got my something else, my thing that's locking in. And they made Boyd the something else in the trip. And I like that. I thought it was a very believable. Some of his language was not saying I have firsthand account knowledge of mushrooms, but I thought this was very genuine. That's what I'll say.
They did a really good job. It was genuine. It looked believable. The camera effects were good. I would say I would equate this scene to the Last of Us car scene when in the beginning when they duplicated that and what's the last enough? Joel is with his daughter and they're doing the driving and stuff, and the way that was shot, I think it was shot just as good as that.
Super fucking awesome. And the other little thing, and this just popped in my head though. I think I said it in the notes, but the man in yellow is just in his wet dream situation here, Tony, in the hospital. He's got all 3 of the people he tortured in season 2 in the same place at the same time. She's sitting there watching Randall and Julie argue, and we'll get into them in a bit. And then he goes in the other room and watches Mary Alder, and then you can just see the smile that this Sophia, this character and this actress is having so much fun performing this evil stuff. And I thought this was sneaky, a really amazing episode for Sophia, Tony.
I could give her the actor of the show again.
Does she get your MVP today? Because she's close for me. Like those smiles.
Just from the little bit we've seen of it, no matter what she's in, whatever they give it, and that's the best part. Like all actors will tell you, there's no small roles, right? And acting and stuff, and it doesn't matter what they give her, how long they give it to her, how much on screen time. Every second counts with her. And you could see this 100%, you know what I mean? And all that while she's out there. Saggy Star, thank you, asking me if I feel better. I am feeling somewhat better. I'm on antibiotics right now, and it's they seem to be working, but I still am congested and all that good stuff. I'm feeling better. I feel bad because I usually do like 16,000 steps a day, and I haven't been able to get them in for the last couple of days. So hopefully I feel better enough. You always feel better enough just in time to go back to work. You're right. It's usually what
I'm sure you'll feel better tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. when you're ready to go back.
And stuff.
So lots of spiders, as we said tonight. I'm sure people are happy they finally got spiders. They're creepier. I think, and we've talked about this a lot, and you mentioned it, and I'll agree with you 1,000% on this. Little creepy spiders. Little spiders are way creepier than big ones on television and movies. Like the fact that like the little creepy spiders, not the one in the when he was drinking them, that was pretty freaky. The ones on the window, dude, that got me, like, because he just looks at it and it's like, oh, it's like creepy shit. Oh, thank you. Someone who just gave me a Venmo birthday present. Thank you so much. That is very much appreciated, Kara. Thank you.
All right, so let's go through some of the super chats. Fatima says, good to see you guys. Excited for the episode recap. Thank you so much. Let me go through the star stuff and go down because I'm sure I missed some right here. Let's go. Seth Snow gave one to Phil, said happy birthday. I wish the Cabbage Patch dolls were scarier. The poor red coat death on his forehead, but I don't know. It's getting confusing to me. We'll get to that. I'll explain it all to you.
Did you really call him a red coat? That'd be amazing.
What they're trying to do there. We got another super chat here from Anthony Bolden. Great name. He says, I'm curious about its words for Tabitha. How I think words for Tabitha will get to that. I think that the death for her,
right? She gets eaten.
what they do to her is worse than what just happens to Boyd. I mean, what happens to Jay? I think she can get burnt. There's different ways that she can go, and I think that's what it comes
right.
down.
She can be eaten and stuff like that. And I'm sure you saw this in some of the comments of your video. And I only know this because of where I'm from, Tony. The stone thing. I don't know if maybe they stoned him, like in the Salem witch trials. They definitely killed people with boulders with past jade. I think that's maybe when they shot him crushed with a stone. That was almost a funny visual though, with him with a violin on top of the boulder.
Yeah, that wasn't necessary. It's like, I understand what they're trying to do, but it's not the same guy that was inside the root cells. Got different clothing on, you know what I mean? And I just don't know how you get a murder from that. Him being stuck in the boulder. If everyone else is a murder.
I'm guessing they stoned him. They crushed him with they put stones on top of him and crushed him.
That is one big ass stone, bro, for them to do that. I don't understand it. You know what I mean? To me, I thought that was a Dale situation. You know what I mean?
He got caught in the.
That's the way I always took that as. So, but I just don't know how they crushed this dude with a stone and everything else and all that. Listen, Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn. That's why I'm so sexy. It really comes down to the star sign, and I think maybe that's why they made that. No, I'm just funny. But maybe it was made because they knew I was a Capricorn. I mean, they said, we got to do this after the diamond stuff.
Did anyone else get kind of scared, or not scared, but creeped out when Fatima said she's not sure what she's going to do when Smiley shows up? Like, is she going to run to him or something? Or is she going to join his side? Is she going to go full? Like when she said to Kenny, she's like, I feel what he feels, blah, blah, blah. I really don't know what's going to happen if I ever see him again. When I look out the window one day and I see him smiling at me, because we know that's going to happen. And what's Fatima going to do, Tony? Is she going to run out there and join the monsters at this point?
It's just, I'm trying to look at where they're trying to go with her story.
I don't know.
And it's so all over the place. I just don't know if I'm digging it. You know what I mean? Like, if you look at where they took it, I'm trying to look at the whole arc of where they took it. She's the bright light of the town. She does all this stuff and everything else. And then she turns out to be impregnated by a monster. And this makes her kill Tilly. And then she gives birth to the Smile Monster. And now she can feel the Smile Monster. So she goes and she builds herself a warrior. What is that? Like, there's so much stuff. It's going all over the place. It's like they're throwing stuff out there, you know what I mean, to try to get them to trying to get her something to do. And I just don't think that they settled on it, you know what I mean? And I just don't like the way her storyline is going. I think a better storyline for her, me personally, would have been that she just turns to a monster, that she's the kimono lady or something like that, I think they should have just went and ran with something like that, I think. And then maybe they got to bring her back. And then I would have rather seen her outside with all the monsters haunting Ellis and her smiling at them. I think that would have been a better way to go about it.
Yeah, I don't know where they're going with it. It was her and Kenny had a weird dynamic in tonight's episode. I can't quite describe. We'll get into it a little bit more at the recap. And thank you so much again for that donation, Saggy. I appreciate that so much. And Fernandez T gave us a super chat. He says, cheers, Phil. Mine was May 15th. Well, happy birthday to you too.
All right, we got 300 people in the building. We need to get the likes up. 70 likes, 300 people in the building. Let's get it up to 250 likes, and I will donate some stuff for y'all and everything else. It is Phil's birthday. God damn it! Can you get 250 likes for Phil's birthday here? I mean, come on. What are you guys thinking here? We got to be able to do something going on here.
On both the fence. Okay, Jade saw all the past versions of himself. Do you think Tabitha doesn't? She just has seen
she's seen two versions.
She's seen two versions of herself, and she's like the little version of herself. And it's interesting that Henry, just to go back to Henry for a second, Henry's singing about, kiss me, I'm done, kiss me. He's talking about his wife. He's talking about Victor. Victor, remember when you sang that note and did this? Do you know what he's conveniently not talking about, Tony? It's Eloise. Do we just forget she exists? Did he kill her? They're like, well, what the hell happened?
He doesn't bring up his daughter at all. It's like there's no. You would think that you would be more, heartbroken that your daughter's gone.
Yeah, what's happened to the daughter? He hasn't mentioned her in like a season and a half. It feels like he's been.
I've never seen him bring her name up one time or anything, crying for her or anything like that. Eloise is no doubt Sarah. I'm telling you, this is what it's going to be. It's going to be Sarah when it's all said and done. I cannot see it not being. I do not see them introducing a brand new character and everything else going on there for that, unless it's going to be Sarah. That's all I can see going on there, is that it's 100% going to be Sarah when it's all said and done. It's going to be Eloise. That's the way it's going to go there.
Yeah, they always forget about Eloise, and like you would think again that was the perfect opportunity to mention her too, but I think it's very significant that they chose not to in that moment. It's interesting, and we got thank you for those 5 super chat donations on my or 5 memberships.
Let me bring them up. I don't know if you can't bring them up. Do I have to do it?
I think I can. Like 5 gifts. No, it's not letting me right now for some reason.
All right, let me bring them up so everyone can see. Samuel, get the 5 memberships for the Phil Issues Guide channel. Thank you so much. Fatima, you gifted $5. Happy birthday, Phil. Fernandez T has hit Phil up with $10. Cheers, Phil. Mine was on the 15th. And good to see you guys excited for recap. That we are too. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Phil appreciates it. It's Phil the Issues Guy's birthday. Hit that thumbs up for you boys. #1 show for the fans, by the fans, escaping from podcasts here. We're going to open up the phone lines in a little bit and let y'all get into it. We'll talk a little theories and stuff like that. It is 9 o'clock now, so we are officially able to talk about the show and all that good stuff and do all the recap and everything else. You know what I mean?
We'll get into that in a moment or something like that. You know, should we get right into this? Are there any other sort of headlines of this? Sophia, we talked a little bit about her.
I mean, Julie and Randall was nothing. It was nothing going on with them this week. I understand where Randall's trying to come from, saying that all of a sudden he's concerned about her just going through a seizure and not stopping. But her, no one believing her that she's actually able to do this. I would question it too, but I don't think Randall should question it. For everything that he's been through, he should believe everything.
Yep.
No one, he's over here seeing these bugs and everything else flying all around him and stuff. No one's questioning that. So who are you to question these things? You know what I mean? And stuff. So when you have creatures that come out at nighttime and do these things to you, I think everything is on the table. I don't think anyone should ever question anything that anybody's doing. I think that everybody here should just, if someone tells you, yeah, this is what's going on, there's a 5-headed dog that's coming out my yard, I believe you. After shit I've seen up in this piece, why wouldn't I believe you? I mean, so I just don't get how he could say it's not happening and stuff. I can understand him being, for health reasons and everything else and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? I can understand that 100%. Why you would not want it. But to say you're not believing it, that this is not actually happening, is something that I don't understand how he could do it. She said to him before that she's seen him and Marielle and them hanging on the wall. She's seen it physically. He was hanging on the wall. How would she know that she could see it? Because most likely he didn't see the other 2 next to him because their eyes were all fucked up. But she said to him that she's seen him there. So that should be proof enough that she's able to do it. So I just don't get why all of a sudden this dude would all of a sudden not want to believe her and stuff. So I don't buy that. I don't like that part about it. I understand. I want to see story walking stuff every episode. I understand we can't do that every episode. We got to save some stuff. You know what I mean? And all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I wish that we would have been able to see a little bit more with them. But once again, Sophia just blew it up. Wow. Just the looks there. Just the facial expressions and everything else. She's just amazing with everything that she does. Christy is being reduced to NPC, I think. And I don't like it. They got to give her something more to do. I mean, they really do. They got to give her something going on here. I think I like the actress. I think she's very good at what she does. She's a very beautiful young lady. I think she needs more to do. I think they need to step it up. I mean, just getting her foot caught in the bear trap and sewing Elgin's eyes shut. And, I think she needs something of her own. You know what I mean? Like she doesn't have anything of her own. And I think she needs something. Like maybe that they're going to do something with Marielle. And that's it because we see the Marielle and the fake prophet thing that they're trying to pass off with her. And I know a lot of people want to believe that this show has something to do with God. And it has nothing to do with God at all. You know what I mean? It doesn't. They're trying to gaslight you. And this is how you do it. All right. I'm going to explain to you how you do it. When you come into a new place, right? And you're in here and you see these people in this place. And the one thing they try to do, the one thing they do to you is they bring in someone of God. Right? If you meet anybody on the street and they tell you that this is a man of God, you see a priest walking around with his little collar on and everything else. Right off the bat, he's trustworthy, right? Just because he's a man of God, you believe him. You think he's harmless, right? That just from that. When someone says, "Oh, this person is very religious," you believe him. Like, so you meet somebody in the street and go, "You want to talk to this person? They're very religious." You think that they're wholesome. You think that they're honorable. You think that that's what it is. That's why she's using all these Bible scriptures and everything else. Gaslight these people. I don't believe any of this stuff. And now she's gaslighting Marielle, saying, "Oh, maybe God's talking to you, and maybe that's it." And now what's she gonna do? We could set this up. It's pretty easy. She's gonna go into Marielle's head and say, "Marielle, this is God," and blah blah blah. And Marielle's gonna believe this shit. She's gonna fall. I see this shit coming a mile away. She's gonna fall for this shit, and she's gonna think that she's some type of messenger. Now I don't know if she's gonna get a congregation around her or something like that, but I really think she's gonna fall for it. And this chick is gonna go there and sell it to her, and that's gonna be it. Now maybe Chrissy could talk it down. You know what I mean, and everything else. But I think that that's the way that they want to go with it, and I think that's the way it's going to be. You know what I mean? So
we shall see. I mean, I think it might end up being understated a little bit, but I definitely think she's going to fuck with her, and I definitely like the way that they've used it, and it's definitely used a lot of times as a means to go through there. But I do think it's important that she did call her a prophet, and she's probably going to date back to that. But I don't know. I also think Marielle isn't long for this world. She's dead soon. And I agree with you about Chrissy. It would be
I've connected all the dates in the lighthouse to tragedies that have happened in the United States. And I do believe that that's what's going on. And, another tragedy that's connected to the date, the 1978 date, is the Jonestown massacre, where a false prophet convinced all these people in there to take their own life, right, by drinking the punch. And I think that's what they're going for on this one, this false prophet that she's gonna go in there and start talking this bullshit. And it's pretty easy. I think that's the way it's gonna go with it and everything else. So I think that is how that rolls. And I will say this about this whole thing. I think it's concrete proof in my eyes, now that we know how this town is operating with dreams. We have already seen with Sarah's brother, that Sarah said that he was afraid of the circadian monsters. All right. And then as soon as he died, they all came out. All right. So, and now we see that the story that Tabitha had the dolls, and this guy who could have been another version of Jay, who knows, he takes the dolls, he throws them in the water. And it's not until that person dies that all of a sudden these dolls come back to life. So it's obvious that whoever's running this thing is taking people's biggest fears and putting them in this place just to fuck with the other people who were there. And it seems like that's the way that they're going with anything in here. So if you look at anybody's type of fears, that's what it is. Now, I know I said that the monster creatures were most likely based on people's fears, and I do believe that. And I know people say, "Oh, the milkman, who's afraid of milk?" Listen, that people are afraid of everything in this goddamn world. There's nothing that people aren't afraid of. People are afraid of sticks, grass, puddles. If the milkman came over and fucked your wife while you were gone and caused you a divorce, you'd be afraid of that motherfucker.
My daddy's the milkman. Wait.
Right? You'd be afraid of him. It would be a scary situation for you to see a milkman. They put the goddamn Stay Puft Marshmallow Man in Ghostbusters, right? That motherfucker was scary. He's a damn marshmallow man.
When someone asks you if you're a god, you say yes.
That's the way it is. So I believe that when it's going down, this entity, who is a scientist in the end, I don't believe that there's these things or whatever. Now, some scientist or whatever who's creating all this stuff and is able to manifest this stuff in this world somehow, is taking whatever people's fears and putting it on them. And I think that's the way everything is going down here and everything that we see. So if you go back from episode 1, and I give you something to do, all you got to do is go back in episode 1. And if anyone says that they're afraid of something, I guarantee that we're gonna see that in this show before it's all said and done. That's all you have to do is say that they're afraid of it, and that's what it is. So I didn't see a Jim say he's afraid of anything, but if it's someone says they're afraid of it and then they die, that thing will be manifested in this whole place. And I think that's what they're just trying to show us here. And I can't see it being anything else but that. You know what I mean? I just can't see it. What's Ethan's fear? Did he say he's got to die in order for it? So he's not gonna go. But I wonder what Kenny's dad's fear was.
Jim's fear was a comb. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, well,
Tony, we got a quick email that says, I love your show and your podcast. Just an observation. Do you think there's any meaning to the cats on Jade's t-shirt? Maybe a play on the phrase cats have 9 lives. Is the wardrobe team being cheeky with us?
That would be the only way. It would be that all the 9 lives of the cats would be lives of this man. I do think they have been being cheeky from the start.
And Sarah, that's a good call, Sarah. And Sarah also asked, I think it's interesting that when Henry was showing Tabitha the bottle tree in his backyard, he mentioned him and Miranda taking acid. Now Jade is taking mushrooms, the psycho. Yes, absolutely. And there is differences between acid and mushrooms, but for television purposes, we'll just say the same thing. They're tripping. They're both tripping.
Yeah, they're both tripping. And that's how you tap into the parallel universe. It's been done many a times. Sure. And I still believe that's what we're going with here.
I've been there. I've been in parallel universes, Tony, for sure.
Parallel. All right, let's go through. We got some more super chats for you, Phil, and everyone else. Let's go through them real quick.
Then we'll get into the recap.
We got Big EF. He says, this live stream brought to you by the Jade Shroom Coffee. Get the trip of your lifetime with Jade Shroom Coffee. Promo code Teflon Issues for 10% off.
Never microdosing. Always tripping balls.
100%. Thank you so much, Big E. We got Red Lipstick Club, so happy birthday to Phil.
Oh, thank you, Miss Anna. Very much appreciated.
We got Fatima says, agree. Sophia touching the priest. She took his knowledge and is using it against him. She touched Marielle so she could see what she sees and use it. 100% there. I agree with that. 100%. You are on the money. Again, this is from Produced by a Scarecrow. Thoughts on Julie actually having to bring the book into story walking and physically put the bookmark into a specific page. I don't know if it's going to be that. It's a little difficult. I just think it's going to be Victor's drawings in the end. That's what I think it's going to be. And Samuel gifted 5 memberships.
Thank you, Samuel, and thank you to all of our.
I think it can't be too confusing, and that's what I was thinking. When you do it, it can't be to the point where it's just too much, too many steps. It's got to be one step here, one step there. Because when we see, if it was some bookmark shit, then we would have already seen it when she killed Jim. We would have seen it fall out of a pocket or fall down. When the first time we seen the story working or something, they would have did something with it. But
yeah, maybe it's just something that's important to you, or something like the ring or the bracelet, or like it has to be something with more emotional significance rather than just a piece of random paper. It's going to be something simple, but it's going to be something that.
Like if she had his wedding ring in her pocket or something.
Yes, something like that probably would have worked, Tony. At least in my mind, I think it probably would have needed to be something a little bit more important. But what it definitely needs to be is the. I'm not going to jump around like an idiot because there's 3 dogs here, and if I do it, it's going to go crazy. There was fireworks a second ago, and it was mass hysteria. So you don't want me to jump around like a freaking moron here. Okay, maybe a little bit, but maybe later, maybe in the after show. So we got another super chat before we get into it. I just got to say they don't have enough time to wrap this up. They need more than 5 seasons. They need at least 7. I disagree. I think they have the perfect amount of time to finish up. I want more of these episodes too, but if we get 2 quick things that we have to talk about. I found this out a little less than a week ago, and I don't know if it's confirmed, but it seems like it's confirmed. There's no show next week. They're taking a week off.
Well, that really extends it for us YouTubers to make more videos.
It does, but it screws with House of Dragon for 2 weeks now. But whatever, that's beside the point.
Mm-hmm.
And also there was talks, but there's definitely no confirmation of this. That next season might be more than 10 episodes, but I don't know if that's.
I don't see them going over 10 episodes. It makes no sense. Because they'll be able to wrap it in 10. They'll be able to wrap it. Like Jade's already talking this episode. He knows how to get out. I think he's wrong. I think I know what he's thinking, but I think he's wrong. I think he's 100% wrong.
He's thinking he needs to dig up the bones, right? And take him to the lake or some shit.
That's not happening. That's not what it's going to be.
Like, but that seems like, and I'm going to be saying that within the recap, not because I believe it, because I believe Jade believes it. I believe what he's thinking is because the kid talked to him when he was in the grave. He needs to find the graves of the kids, and then he's going to connect that with Ethan in the Lake of Tears, and then you have to find the Lake of Tears and put the bones in the Lake of Tears and re-heal them and do all that sort of shit. I think that's what he thinks is going to happen, and it's going to be similar to season 1 at the end when Jim thinks he's going to get something on the radio, but it ends up not working out and ends up making things worse in somehow or some shit.
Because in the end, it's not going to be about the kids. It's not going to be about none of that. It's just going to be about whatever this entity, if you want to say the man in yellow. And I hear people hit my comment section talking about, oh, the man in yellow's got to be, what are you talking about? It has to be magical, Tony Teflon. There's got to be something to do. You see him shape shifting. I mean, I understand, and I understand people's comments, and I try to be respectful as much as I possibly can. But I can mention so many things of aliens, of shapeshifters. I mean, I'll just say one real quick.
You can do one really quick. Right there on that thing behind me. Odo from Deep Space Nine. He's a shapeshifter. He's a founder. Right there, he's Odo. Okay, I'm sorry. You can continue.
I'll say the Thing. I mean, the Thing was a shapeshifter. If anyone ever seen that, Horror is a horror movie, right? The Thing's a horror movie, but it's a sci-fi horror movie. And it's probably one of the greatest horror movies ever made. But the Thing itself was an alien from outer space that was able to turn into anyone that it touched and went inside their body. I mean, I can go through other things for you to prove this, but it just doesn't make any sense. So everyone's going to believe what they want to believe, and we'll see in the end. You know what I mean? But I'm pretty confident in the end that this is what it's going to be. We're dealing with alien. We're dealing with some aliens. And
I'm with you on this one, Lee. Lee, be disrespectful. Go for it, Tony. Fuck them.
I try not to be. I try not to be.
I try to be extra disrespectful. So settlement opening. We open up at the settlement where we left off. There are those body things. The dude says, these things came up from Nightmare Lake. Listen, Donna, you may be in charge of Colony House, but everyone's opinion matters here, Donna. And everyone's like, okay, dude, whatever, you're dead soon.
She should have hit him just like she hit the other. She should have punched him right in his face.
She wanted to. The look on her face, dude. Anyway. Donna wants to bring it in, and they can't run home in time, and we got to sleep here, so we got to figure out what it is. Red shirt number 2, I forget, Patty, I think is her name, agrees, and Ellis is very quiet, but he agrees too. Then they pull it in, and I don't know if people that have had cats, but this thing at first glance looked like what my cat coughs up on after being outside in the grass too long. It looked like a giant, like a grass hairball of some sort, but Donna says, get it on land. And then we flash over to Ethan and Tabitha. And I think this scene might end up being more relevant than it seems later, Tony. Maybe I'm an idiot here. He said he's burying the bird. And he says, sorry, I couldn't save it. Are we going to be okay? And she hopes we're going to be okay. And he said, this connects, I think, to what you were saying. And I don't know if you're going to use this as evidence, but Ethan says, I was hoping that the Lake of Tears would heal this bird. It didn't do it. And I don't know. I just think maybe that's a foreshadow for what Jade thinks he can do and not working in the end. Because Ethan was sort of saying, I thought this was all going to work out with this bird. This bird was going to come alive, but ultimately my plans didn't work and I'm burying this bird. I think that's foreshadowing for a plan not working out. I don't know. Maybe I'm seeing.
I think you're right. And I just think that for some reason, it seems like the healing factor of this town has slowed down. Before, people were healing. Ellis got stabbed. He was up and he was running. He was good in a little bit. Now people getting injured and they're being injured for a long time. Chrissy's foot's been like this for a pretty long time. Usually that foot would have been better by now. You know what I mean? The way they were doing. I mean, if Ellis can get stabbed and everything else and be up in a couple of episodes, Chrissy's foot's been like this for a very long time. She's been messed up. So I don't know what's going on with the healing factor in this place right now, but it seems like the healing factor is not doing what it used to do.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that one. And Jewel of the Nile says that the bird, something else is happening with that bird. I just felt like that scene was more than, because it was a throwaway scene, but I think there's some relevancy to that in the way Ethan was focused on it and looking at. I think that that bird with Tabitha scene is randomly going to be important.
Yeah, and they wanted to show, they had to let you know that this is not the Lake of Tears. They had to let you know that this was not that thing. It's not this place.
You think
right?
Ethan thinks it is, though?
I think he thought it was, but now I think he doesn't think. He's still searching for it because it's not. You know, most likely it could be an underground lake. It's most likely going to be something like that underground. It's going to be something we've seen the hand come and try to grab Boyd and pull him under the ground when he was asking for help. It means whatever he's searching for is going to be under the ground. That is going to be the key to the whole situation. So it could be an underground lake or something like that when it's all said and done.
Yeah, it's going to be some messed up stuff. And then suddenly we get into the Jade's trip kicks in, baby. He kicks in. He starts seeing spiders and bugs and everything like that. And he sees a literal sign with an arrow. The motel sign switches, and he says it'll be a little bit. I thought it was going to be a little less direct. He starts freaking out at all the bugs until Boyd kind of snaps him out of it. Boyd wants to take him to the doctor. And Boyd, you're smarter than that. What's a doctor going to do with mushrooms or acid? They're just going to tell you to sit there and wait for it to wear off. They're like, they're not flushing you or shit. That's what's so scary about it.
No, you're not getting your stomach pumped.
No, dude, that shit doesn't work.
It's nothing like that. You're just going to have to sit there and bear with it until it's all said.
Yeah, you have to wait that shit out, dude. That's what's so scary about that.
And we'll get to the super chats. Keep them coming in. We appreciate them. We'll get to all of them. I promise you. As soon as we're done with the recap, we'll read them all.
And we'll pause at some point in the recap, but we'll just kick a little bit of this off. So he said he freaks out, and he needs Boyd to be his guide, and he needs him as something else. So they talked about something else. And funny moment with the safe word thing. They picked the word Capricorn. I don't know. Is there being a Capricorn yourself?
Yeah,
I guess that's a
being
word.
born on the same day of Elvis Presley too. So I'm a special Capricorn.
Oh, interesting. You like those peanut butter and what was the sandwiches you like? Peanut butter and banana.
No, I didn't like that shit. No, he's a little crazy. He's a little country for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, little decadent.
Don's not country like that. I don't eat nothing like that. I eat beef patties, man. Jamaican beef patties. Yeah, that's more of a Don Tony Teflon thing. I just think that anyone who's tripped knows that you have to have somebody to trip with. You can't ever trip alone. Tripping alone is devastating. If people have never tripped before, what tripping will do to you, it will heighten any emotion that you have 10,000%. Right? So if you're tripping and someone makes you laugh, which is the best reason to trip, I would think, is to start laughing. You will not stop laughing for ever. Like one joke can make you laugh till you cry. And it doesn't even have to be that funny. It just has to hit that spot. And you laugh and you will laugh and you will laugh. But if you get angry or you get sad or depressed, the same thing happens. And that's why people
and everyone, it sends you every emotion you could possibly feel in one situation. It goes through, it sends your mind through like a mental Rolodex of thoughts and images and stuff like that. Some people prefer to do it alone, sit with a notebook paper and go. But whatever you do, there's some dark stuff or some interesting stuff could happen. I could do a whole separate stream, and I'd love to get Joe on that.
And when you trip too, another thing that is alcohol has no effect on you.
Most other things don't have effect on you unless you're taking more hallucinogenic substances that can add to it.
You can drink, not saying from experience, but you can drink 840s and be tripping and not feel that beer at all. Like it has nothing. It's just like drinking water. And like it just goes right down because all it is just the tripping. I don't know why that is, but that's just the case.
Yeah, we should do a separate stream on all of that. As we go to the hospital, Christy and Mary L are helping the man in yellow, resetting her injury. Christy makes the audience happy by getting a quick snap on Yellow's arm. And this is where I asked this question earlier, and I'll ask it again. It did seem like the Man in Yellow is just an excellent actress, not the character in show, because I really did feel like she got surprised with the pop for a second. Like she was like, "Oh, what the fuck? I didn't realize that was gonna actually hurt." But I guess it was just a play acting. Marielle goes outside to get the arm brace, bumps into Julie and Randall as they walk past, and she makes a comment about Julie's wig. Excuse me, strike that, Julie's hair. And Randall says, sorry about it, long story. Well, fuck you, Julie. And they're arguing.
She's like, what are you cutting your hair without me?
Yeah.
Like, she was so upset that she didn't get to cut that hair. Like, that's the way I took it. Like, oh, you doing getting your hair cut. I'm the one who cuts the hair.
Long story.
You can't be cutting the hair. Do you see what I did to Christy's hair? I need to do that to you. That's the way I took it. Like, you know what I mean? The why they have. She's like, "What are you doing getting your hair cut out here?" I'm the stylist up in this bitch right now. You if anyone's cutting hair, I'm the one cutting the hair down here. Won't be doing anything else like
And then she's in the ambulance, and then she gets into the chains, hears the screams again on the CB radio. Tony pointed this out in his video. I didn't see it the first time, but then I went back and looked at it. There were years on the CB radio. Tony, do you want to talk a little bit about
it? Was 2 years that were on there. That were on there. That were on the Lighthouse War. That's on the Lighthouse War. I have to take a look and see exactly what years they were. I have them written down right here. But if you go by the Don Tony Teflon's theory on it and stuff and everything, then you could see that these two it's my theory on what I think the dates are on these two things. I have to pull it up right here. It was 1609 and 1752. 1609 is the starving time for the known as the starving time. That's when the people in the settlements were there. And they all had to starve, and then they had the result of cannibalism while they were there. Again, we seen the man in yellow performing cannibalism. And the 1752 was a time that they shifted the calendar, and they went to a new calendar, and we actually lost 14 days while the switch happened and stuff like that. 11 days. It was 11 days that we lost while the shift happened and stuff.
The Gregorian calendar? Am I making
yeah, when they switched to the Gregorian character. So we lost 11 days. So I think that when you put those two things together, it shows you how the time disruption. And I think that that's what the man in yellow was doing. I think he's reduplicating these events, these terrible events in all these years in this town, because all these different massacres that all happened to different people and stuff.
Tony, do you think that tonight's episode confirmed that the man in yellow was the one fucking with the three of them in season 2?
Yeah, I think it was. I think the man in yellow is Martin. I said this.
Okay, so you think that is Martin.
I think he was Martin. I think I was in the form of Martin, and there was all set up. I think it was all game from the beginning with the boy in white and everything else. It was all this straight game and everything in the man in yellow. But I don't think he is. I don't think he is directly the one who was torturing them at that time. Again, when Martin was there, and I do believe it was a man in yellow, he said they're coming. They're going to be back. They specifically say multiple people. There's other people there. He is not the big boss. There are people above him. He is just the hitman. He's Murder Incorporated.
Yeah, he's Charles Dance from or like the number 2, like a Charles Dance in Last Action Hero. I don't
even know if you want to say he's number 2 compared to these people. I think he's there. He works for them. He's their hitman.
He's the heavy.
Yeah, he's the heavy. He's the muscle. He's going out there to do the job, and I think that's what. And he's captured. I don't think he's free. I think he's stuck there forever. I think he's captured by these people, and they force him to do this. Not force him to do it, but he has no choice. He enjoys it, but that's what it is. I don't think he has any choice but to do it.
Oh, people that were asking strange questions. It's called like Apples and Bananas, I believe it's called. Anyways, so we get our intro after Marielle starts screaming and see the CB radio and the flashing and see the ears. So we get unwrapping of the present. The settlement crew unwraps the package here in the barge, and they're these giant, creepy, silly Cabbage Patch scarecrow-looking dolls. Donna gives a hell of a Jesus as Ellis doesn't say much in this episode. He just looks overwhelmed and then kicks ass with his hero complex later, but we'll get into Ellis later. And Donna stabs the thing open, very smart, to see if it makes sure it's just grass.
100%, very smart. I mean, I thought spiders were going to come out of him. That's what I really thought.
I didn't even think about that. That's a good call.
When she's cut, I thought there were going to be spiders that pour out. That's exactly what was in my head, and then there was nothing. But I thought it was going to be spiders.
That is a good call, Tony. I didn't even think about that. So it's smart, and hey, it's as long as you're right about 50% of the things we win, 51% we win.
51. That's all we got to do.
All we got to worry about is 51% of the time. Okay, so Patty asks. So we'll call Patty because she survived a name now. She's not red shirt number 2 anymore. She's become Patty at this point. Patty asks the important question: why put those things in the lake? Red shirt dude comes up close and he goes, I don't know. And Ethan and Donna have a back and forth conversation about the answer. It comes to the only reason out there is scarecrows. Scarecrows keep bad things away. Donna says, what if the dolls were keeping something in the lake from not coming out as the music hits a dark crescendo? And then we'll get back to that when we continue on that storyline. So we get Jade, who's tripping more. We get different angles, perspectives. We get him puking with people, if you want to know what's accurate about this, mushrooms are definitely a puke thing. Not if you microdose, but if you eat a lot of it like he did, just in handfuls, you will likely throw up, and that's how you know it's going good. As Boyd asks what the plan is, he's like, "You're right." This was the best tripping moment. You're right. We need a plan. That's what we need. The plan's the way. And then he does the trailer thing where he screams, tell me what to do to win. As he taps into his past requests. Here's the violin song. We get it from a few different fun camera angles, with the shaky thing that's really trippy. And Boyd's a spirit guide. And okay, I mean, there's not much to say here. We talk about, we get the grandmother story. Do you think there's anything relevant, or they're just kind of setting the scene into the grandmother
I
story?
think they're setting the scene with the little boy Blue.
Me too. I don't think there's
anything relevant outside with the grandmother or anything that has anything to do with it. Just setting the scene with him.
Yeah. Okay. So yada yada yada. He sees the dude with the skulls and Akui. Jade tells him to shut up. Jade doesn't like this guy. He's like, "Shut the fuck up, you asshole." And Boyd says, "Gonna need an update." And this must have been so much fun for Harold to play, because he didn't have to play Boyd. Like he played Jade's subconscious as Boyd. So it was kind of a different. If you watch it closely, and I watched the episode twice, once for notes, once just to watch. And you can definitely see he's playing Boyd different. He's very good. It's subtle, but he's playing him a little different, a little bit more acerbic, a little bit more fuck you, like Jade.
And the facial animations he makes are you could see it's not what Boyd would make on a normal basis and stuff. So
yeah, Harold's such a good actor, dude. It's a good call on that. He's definitely with the facial expressions as well. So Jade tells him to shut up. It's just a fun line read. Boyd tells Jade to drink the fake blood because it's not real anyway. You know, you can drink the fake blood. It's not real anyway. Go ahead. And the little boy's like, don't do it. It turns into like an angel devil situation. The kid's like, okay, Tony, you're in that situation. If Ghost Boyd's telling you not to drink it, but little you is telling you to drink it, and little you is telling you not to drink it. Are you listening to little you? I'm listening to
the only thing I thought about when I seen them is little boy Blue needed the money. That's all I kept thinking about when I seen that. That's it. But listen, go for it. If you're gonna go all the way. You can't stop halfway. You got to go through it. And he did it. More spiders on the bottom of the cup. It's very relevant why he had to be. He had a skull that was there. Skull represents all the thoughts of all the people, holds the brains of everybody else in there. I think the blood in there represents that this blood is all on Jade's hands. That this is his fault, and him and Tabitha's fault in the end. All this blood, he had to drink the blood. He threw the blood up. It's all on him. In the end, that's the big revelation that's going to come out. They're the reason behind this whole situation.
Ian deserves points. His spidey sense was definitely tingling. Dun-dun-dun. Oh, I love it. That's good. I'm sorry. I wish I had my sound effect cue board.
Did we not have that?
I didn't get to it quick enough. So I'll put it in post. Okay, Fatima making her golem. Kenny is. This is a weird scene with Kenny and her. I felt like they were almost setting up that Ellis might die and setting up a dynamic between Kenny and Fatima here, but no, I'm kidding. Kenny comes in and he's appreciating her shape. I mean, the shape of her golem thingy that she's created. He's like, why are you here? Why the fuck are you even here, Kenny? And he says, I'm sorry for not listening. I got scared and I should have backed you up. We're stronger when we're together. And she's like, okay, I don't give a fuck. Get out of here, Kenny. And she keeps working. And he's like, but one more thing. When you're like connected to Smiley, how do you feel? And she's like, what do you fucking think, you idiot? I feel fucking terrified. And he's like, oh, exactly. You're fucking terrified. And she says, I know I'll see him again.
Yeah, they keep laughing at Kenny.
Oh my
Jesus, Kenny.
Now I know what it's like to be stuck in like 2.5 Men or something. Okay, so right out the window. So she says the thing about one day I know I'm gonna look out my window and see that motherfucker smiling at me or something. And I honestly don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, and again, I asked the question, does she mean she's going to join him? She's going to run out and go crazy and try to kill him? She like, I don't know. It's worth seeing. I also, yeah, I just don't know where they're going. You said it earlier. I don't know where they're going.
I mean, if they're going to use it, that they can capture him somehow, that she can feel him, so she knows where he's going to be.
Thank you.
And she knows how to lead him, or she's the bait, and he's going to come for her. And they put her in the box, and then they close the door behind him and have the talisman hanging there. And that's the only way I could see it working out. Besides that, I just don't know what they plan on doing.
I don't know, especially with her in the Smiley situation. Does this thing ultimately kill Smiley trying, or stop Smiley, and it protects her from Smiley? Or but then Kenny mixed in all of this as part of it. Well, Fatima, I don't know what I don't want to get into. So we get into Kenny and Henry. And Henry he's like, hey, Henry, you got some booze? What's going on over there? And Kenny looks suspect, but he lets him go. And that's yada, yada. We get Christy coming out to talk to Marielle in the ambulance. And she's crying in the ambulance and saying, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. And to me, Christy takes this all way too lightly. Like this whole situation, they're almost like conveniently putting Christy in this box where she's like, oh, yeah, there's no way out of here. We shouldn't worry about things, and it's not as big deal. Everyone has bad days here. Like you were saying it earlier that she doesn't really have much I feel like I agree with you. She's one of my favorite characters on the show, and I feel like they don't do enough with her. And I didn't love her in this episode. She's not that I just didn't like the decisions she was making in some of the ways.
No, she's just too. Unless they're gonna do something with Marielle we're not seeing, and they're gonna boost it up. But it's just, she's just been background fodder too much, and she deserves a little bit more things to do.
I just want to see more. Exactly, Tony. Like, I like the character. I like her dynamic with Kenny. I like her dynamic with Marielle. I would just like to see more of her integrated into the story.
Yeah.
And because I just think she has a lot to offer as a character, and they've relegated her to just like Debbie Downer or cynic in the scene. And I just don't think that necessarily serves the character completely well. But whatever, that's just my 2 cents. I want to see more from Christy. I think she's one of the better characters on the show.
I agree.
So Donna and crew are sinking the dolls, trying to weigh down the dolls. Ellis gets in some lines about how weird shit is and how things just feel too comfortable weighing down a bunch of Cabbage Patch dolls in the middle of it. I liked Ellis. He was a little passive in this episode, but I dug him. And Donna's like, yeah, stop thinking about that. Let's think about your wife. Hey, dude. Hey, Donna, stop thinking about my wife. No, let's get these fuckers back into the water, as Ethan asks, is something bad in the water? And Donna would rather not find out. Tabitha gets a vision of the past of the dolls that look like she just gets a flash of the dolls. She doesn't say anything, but she just lets
and the dolls don't look like these dolls. Like they changed. And that's I could see if it was just these dolls that got bigger, but they're not the same dolls. They're different dolls.
They look like in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles when they would give an animal mutagen and they would turn into something weird. It looks like someone gave the dolls mutagen and then they turned into like.
It's just hard to be afraid of something wearing mittens. For me, like if you have mittens on, like it's hard for me to be afraid of you. Like and hey. And when you see the mitten go in this guy's mouth,
think of it as a boxing glove. Think of it as a boxing glove.
It's a mitten, man. I know a mitten when I see one.
It's a boxing glove. It's a bare knuckle boxing glove, Tony. That's what it is.
It's just I don't know.
Just think about it that. Just think about it that way.
Like getting beat up by a gingerbread man. Are they going to do that next or what? I mean, it's just a little bit too much.
I love it made me think about the Christmas creatures in South Park. You ever see that episode of South Park where there's always like, hi, we're these Christmas creatures, we're really happy, and they end up being these like satanic evil things. It's amazing. Okay, so forget it. Before I member bury that, let me continue. So Tabitha gets a vision of the past of the doll. Donna, who I would not want to play poker with Donna, Tony. She picks up on Tabitha's poker towel right there. I didn't even see Tabitha's face do anything, and she's like, Tabitha, come with me. I gotta talk to you alone. And brings her out. She's like, what the fuck's up with this? And Tabitha's like, well, the dolls are familiar. I don't know what. The dolls are familiar. They're just bits and pieces. And Donna asks, is something to be scared of in the water? And Tabitha says, everyone say it together. No.
Favorite line. The writers must be like, we need something for Tabitha to say. No, there you go. Put that no in there.
I think it's probably just as Tabitha's signature line, Tabitha's catchphrase.
It's like going when I do that. Like
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
that's her thing that she does. Or back in the day, you used to go like that was the whole thing back then. They put that in there. Or James Brown used to be you know what I mean? When he needed a word, he threw it in. That's her thing. It's just no.
So they bring the dolls back in the water, and this isn't going to be good as they pan out. They do this like kind of cool drone pan out shot, or I'm not sure if it's a drone or a crane shot, but it looked really cool. So Jade is tripping more as he asks his kid, I'm going to see things I don't want to see. Or the kid says, you're going to see things you don't want to see. As Jade loses track of Boyd for a second, but he's back and he says, dude, don't leave me. As Jade says, I'm all good. And Boyd says, we can stop at right now as we hear more music. Jade follows the music as we see a bunch of people with violins all playing the song. Even we see a boulder dude. We see her being crushed by a rock. We see the guy with the skull. We see Civil War guy.
And Christopher is there.
Christopher.
And we find out how Christopher died. He got his throat slit. Right. So that's how he died. We never knew how Christopher died. All we ever heard was that Miranda said, avoid Christopher. Christopher was good. And again, I have to look at this whole situation right now, and I have to say that this is some type of that Victor's memory is faulty once again. He's saying that Miranda told him that something's going crazy, Christopher's gone crazy, and it's obvious that Christopher didn't go crazy. The town's the one who went crazy and killed him.
You can't trust a kid.
Again, Victor's got the story wrong, and his story's wrong. So even when she's putting him down there, and I think the reason why she's putting him down there, putting you got to hide here and to hide from Christopher. I don't think it's that at all. I think he's just lied about the whole situation. Yeah. I think we're going to see what she really said. Eventually, it'll come down to what she really says. But I think that's another lie that Victor put out there.
If you're listening to the podcast or if you're on YouTube and you're listening to this, make sure you check out Tony's review. He gets into that even more in that. And that was one of those aha moments with me watching his video about the Christopher situation. Because people, we want to believe Victor. And I think his intentions are good, but I think he's been so traumatically affected by all of that, even if we forget whether we want to accept that or not, but it's just the truth. So he's a really unreliable narrator.
The most I've ever seen in any show ever in history.
He's pretty bad, Tony.
Yeah, the third time is a charm for him. The third time he gets it.
Yeah, I'm surprised. That's why I'm saying it's growth when he tells Kenny the truth. So kids say, I warned the little, I'm calling little Jade kid. I'm also not referring to the fact that little Jade speaks in French sometimes because I don't think it matters. I think it's just tripping nonsense. And I said it, so I don't have to refer to it again. Yes, he speaks French sometimes. There you go. So yeah. I warned you that you seek answers. The answers you seek come with painful truths. The kid's like, okay. So then we get to
the painful truth. What is it? It hasn't been sort of like, I don't think you've got the painful truth yet. I think the painful truth is that he's going to be responsible for the sacrifice of these kids.
Very, very possible.
Like that's going to be the painful truth when it comes down to it, that it's all their fault. They're the reasons why.
Tony, if I'm playing poker tell with the kid, with mini Jade, it seems like he's giving Jade a look like, you don't realize you caused this whole fucking thing. There's a vibe like that came through all of that. It reminds me of Q with Picard in the finale of Star Trek All Good Things, where he's just looking at him like, Picard, you caused the anomaly. Sorry, spoilers for the finale of Next Generation. You sometimes the person searching for the cure of the situation is the one that caused it without realizing that they caused it by searching for it. Mm-hmm. And I think we might be dealing with a paradoxical situation like that. I think I managed to say that word without destroying it too much. Forgive me, it's my birthday. So we get into my favorite scene of the episode. And yes, it's my fucking favorite scene of the episode because it was horrible and it was cringe. And I enjoy this kind of stuff sometimes because I'm weird. Henry's silly drunk love song. We're going for, I'm dreaming today.
Yeah.
So yeah,
he's got to get locked in the basement. You can't have an alcoholic like that around. I mean, it didn't take him long to just let it go. Before, at least he let it go in the bar. Now he's just letting it go in the house. No, and it's gonna say that it's because some things here are suspect in this whole situation.
It is, but some parts I agree with what he's saying. When he first gets drunk, he gets in Vic's face, and everyone that's ever dealt with a drunk has had this conversation where he's like, what are you even doing? You need to live, man. No, Tony, you get it. You get it. You need to live, dude. You need to live. You're not living, man. You're living. You live. He gets totally like, you gotta live. And then he goes into the other room. Anyone got a pair of cards? Oh, and he goes to the stoners. Hey, stoners, you guys are having fun. Hey, what are you knitting here, baby? Let me look at your knitting thing. Let me play with this. Oh, there's a keyboard. Oh, they're leaving on a jet plane. I'm sorry. I've hung out with this person before. You saw my friend on the stream was like this the night of the pluribus finale. He was this kind of drunk. Like, people do get this kind of drunk.
Oh yeah, I 100%. I had a friend that we called his white dude. We called him 40 Flakes. He always drank 40s, but when 40 Flakes, once he got to a certain level of drunkenness, became the tears and how much he loved you. Like it happened every time. And as soon as he got certain drunk, he's just hugging you. He's crying. You know what? I love you. I love you so much. And you just knew that was going to happen after a while. After he drank enough, that was going to happen. And that's just the way it went down and stuff. So I dealt with all type of drunk. You rather deal with drunks like this than other drunks that are just violent and stuff like that. You got to smack them around and calm them down. I had friends like that. I have friends, my man Chiba Stack and my man Chiba Stack and my man L and 40 Black. All these brothers I used to hang out with. They were all best friends. We used to all hang out. But those three were more best friends than anybody. And they'd all fight each other as soon as they got drunk. Every time. Yeah. Every time they get drunk, they start fighting each other. And they're best friends the next day, but they will always fight each other. They get drunk, everything's fine. And then at one point, they're all taking swings at each other. And it's just
like Joe and that dude, Matt, that does the Sopranos thing. They used to wrestle and beat the crap out of each other in the park when they got drunk and just get into these fist fights. And like, it just happens. People get that way. But he sings Leaving on a Jet Plane. Everyone's watching and it's boring there. So everyone's watching the friggin' horror show. And he's like, Victor, remember when I had you sing that one note? Remember? And I almost thought Scott was going to like bust out his amazing singing ability and go, yes, Dad, I'm leaving. And like do like a really good singing job of that. Have his beautiful voice out there. But no, Eloise, kiss me. And he breaks it down as my favorite part of this scene. And again, the awesome line delivery is when Kenny comes in and Kenny's like, hey, what's going on? We need to relax here. And Henry's like, fuck you, asshole. He goes all Frank Gallagher on him. He's like, fuck you. Who the fuck are you, Kenny? Who are you, Kenny? What are you going to do? Show him, Kenny.
Now that picture thing is suspect too. I don't understand it because like, did Victor sit there, watch his mother? Let's look at the time frame of how this all could have taken place, and that's the problem I have with it. We see that Victor gets put inside the root cellar with his sister. When Miranda runs out, we could still see that it's still some sunlight out there. His sister runs behind him. From what we know, Victor stayed in there all night. The whole time. Miranda gets killed at night by a smile monster. It becomes before whatever it took, how far the faraway tree was, the bottle tree from that place. It took her till night to get there. And that's when that went down, when she gets killed there. Victor comes out in the daytime. From what we know, his first steps was to the town. He goes into the town. The boy in white comes in there, tells him to collect pieces of stuff, jumps on the merry-go-round, waves at him, and fly and goes away. And then at some point later, he walks away from town, and he said he sees the man in yellow eating his mother. But we've seen Julie see the man in yellow eating somebody in town. But Victor didn't see him there. He's seen him eating his mom. So how did the man in yellow get, from what time period did he get there to eat the mom and then go back there and see Julie? He still sees Julie. It's still daytime. It had to be some distance between that root cellar and that bottle tree.
Yep.
Because it took her from daytime to nighttime to get there. So how did he get there and see that too? I just don't. And then how did he not get attacked? We've seen the man in yellow, where as soon as he seen Julie while he was eating, he was very feral and went right after her to kill her. Why wouldn't he do that to Victor at that time?
Yeah, again, how did Victor survive? And Henry asks him in passing too. He's talking about fun, but he says, how the hell what'd you do the whole time you were there? And Victor still looks very guilty. So Tabitha looks at the totems very carefully, and I think the aha moment with the totems eventually be she realizes how to kill the monster, kill the Cabbage Patch dolls. Anyway, so Ethan and Donna talk about what the fire is.
And I don't like that either. Like these things were put there for you to pull out of the ground and stab them.
Yeah, like the nails. Well, I was going to ask you about that later, but
we're going to put these all around. So if these creatures come in here, we could just pull them out the ground and stab them.
Is that the point of those things, Tony? Just
I mean, that's what she said. She said that I figured out a way to kill him. I knew this was going to hurt him.
So how could Ellis hurt it too? He wasn't using that. Ellis just hits it with a stick.
Yeah, and he hit it. And look, these monsters aren't as powerful as they let on to be.
No, definitely not. I mean, it makes you question it because again, Ellis was fighting it. Like Ellis held his own in that fight.
Well, look how many monsters it took to get Boyd up against the thing and the handcuff him up against him. It took like 4 or 5 of them to drag him over there. But yet these are the same monsters that could break through walls and everything else. I don't get it.
Yeah, like
the power level is off.
How did they not kill Ellis when he pushed him off like that? Or how can he just not snap Donna's neck quickly like he snapped the other person's neck? Why did Tabitha even have time to stab it for a second when the thing, to your point, busts through a wall like the Kool-Aid Man? It literally busted through the fucking wall like the Kool-Aid Man.
The power level is off here. I don't get
like
the power
Thrag
level.
on the Invincible thing. Like how is that going to work with a certain beast when they're making Thrag that fucking powerful on the TV show? I don't know how it's working. So.
Yeah. No, Thrag is too powerful.
Yeah, I mean, slight spoiler alert, but not really spoiler for Invincible for 2 seconds. Yes, like in the couple of episodes compared to the they made him even more powerful, and I think that's might be bite himself in the butt later.
I mean, listen, the dude pulled his arm back and formed a tornado just from pulling his arm back.
He was like Avatar. He was like
I mean, he's just too powerful. Right?
But anyways, we'll go back. Sorry about that. Okay, so but. What year was I born? A long time ago, before the wind, before the snow. Lived the man I know, lived the freak of nature named my mother, Sir Psycho. Okay, so Tabitha is looking at the totems. Okay, so Ethan and Donna talk about the fire is for, and they talk about marshmallows and stuff like that. But you know what the fire was for, Tony? For Dudette's face to get pushed into it. They lit the fire just so they
could face to get put in. But did she have a fear of fire?
I don't know.
Why did you decide to say, hey, fire is I'll just push your face in it? Like you would think you this killer, these things are thinking, it seems like these aren't just mindless beasts. Like they said he's seen the fire and said, hey, I'll push his face in it.
Yeah, was she the hound or something? Was she afraid of fire? Like
there's something going on there. Like I don't know. It's just not buying.
But anyway, so they talk about Donna. Ethan says it's not as scary when you're around Donna, which is another Donna dying scene.
Yeah.
Or it's a swerve, whatever. Either way, I applaud the writers. If they don't
kill Donna, if they don't kill Donna, they got me.
Yeah, I applaud the writers if they don't kill Donna this season for definitely swerving me many times. So we go off to Sophia the Yellow. Sophia Yellow drinking people's tears. I call this part. Listening to Julie and Randall talking about last episode. Like, the bookmark didn't work, Julie. Well, you're just scared, Randall. Well, you're just a kid, Julie. Your dad would be disappointed in you. You know, he'd call you a moron. Well, get over yourself, Randall. You're like Captain America. Fuck you. No, fuck you, Julie. Fuck you. You think you're going to travel, like traveling through these things or fucking with you, Julie? Fuck you, Randall. Fuck you, Julie. Is that pretty accurate, Tony?
100%. That's exactly what the conversation sounded like. That's the exact way it came across. A little brother and sister conversation.
Totally brother and sister vibe while Sophia's watching in the background going,
yeah, all happy about it. They don't believe it. They don't believe it. Let them keep going.
Cheshire cat smile. Oh my God. I love it. It's super beautiful. And then she thinks, and then she goes off to watch Marielle and Christy arguing as well. And she bumps into Marielle's arm, and we get the vision of her being in chains again as she's feeling it's real. And she's like up against the wall, going crazy. And Sophia's trying not to love it. Like she's holding it together. She's got this look on her face. Like when you see someone with that look in their face in poker, fold. Fucking fold. She's like, And Tony, this is a bigger question through all of this. And we'll talk about the finale of their scene with the prophet stuff in a second. And you mentioned it earlier. Shouldn't Christy and Marielle be able to clock this girl? Like she's being a little like.
I mean, I would have clocked her. I would have just seen, but I think that they're going by the the Bible stuff that they're automatically assuming she's a good person because of all this Bible fact.
Yeah,
Like I said, if someone is ever introduced to you or you see them, and the first thing you hear is this person is very religious, you are a lot more trustworthy of that person than you would be of a normal person and everything else. And I think that they're just playing that card with it right now.
I have to say thank you to everyone that's checking out the audio cast, and thank you for your comments. I hear you guys saying, some of you guys like, we're not checking out we're listening to a YouTube stuff. Yes, but we hope you join us too. But on this point, we've got about 400 people watching. Thank you to everyone that's watching us. Make sure you have already.
We'll get to the super chats too.
Yeah, and I was just going to say that we'll get to all super chats and we'll open the phone lines when we're done with the recap.
Lines
we only got a couple more pages of the recap here. We're just about the end of this episode. So we go off to Marielle and her are arguing and stuff like that. Sophia's trying not to love it. So we go off to Jade and crew. They stop playing the violin and he says, "Why are you all playing that song?" Kid says, "You know why." And Jade puts it together. He says, "They're all me." And little Jade says, "Yeah, some of them and many more." Mm-hmm. So it's not even all of them.
No, not all of them. I mean, he's been back there thousands of years. I mean, when it comes down, all these people.
I'm going to ask you about one other part of that, because definitely that part. But he also said some of them. So not all of them were him. Some of them weren't him.
I got to go back. Did he say some of them? That was
I think the line, I could be wrong. He said, where is it? He said to Jade and crew, "Stop playing." He asks, "Why are they playing a song?" He says, "You know what?" Jade says, "They're all me." And the little kid says, "Some of them and many more." I think that's what he says. So maybe some of them.
Then maybe the guy with the rockets in him. But then Jay puts it together that they all got murdered.
I could be wrong. I could have written it down.
Yeah, Jay goes back. He comes up with the fact that all of them got murdered, and we see the reason why they had been murdered. Because once the town, he says the shark, they're minnows in the shark net, which means basically that as I told people from the beginning, and people have said that, "Oh, everybody in this town is brought here for a reason. They're all they are not a part of it." And I've said this from the jump. Everyone in this town is brought here. They are the minnows in the shark nets. The sharks that they want is Miranda, which is Tabitha now, and they want Christopher, which is Jade now.
Okay.
That's who they're trying to bring into town every time. Everybody else who gets brought in is just a minnow inside of this net, and they're the ones who rebel. And the reason why is because once they realize, and the man in yellow lets them know somehow, hey, the reason why you're trapped here is because of these two people, they must start thinking, well, you guys are the reason why we got put here, you motherfuckers, yada yada. And they get crazy, and then some people probably protect the other ones, and then they fight to get to them, and eventually they get murdered.
Just for the record, people in the live chat are saying I'm wrong. He just said that there were many more. Like I thought he said some of them and many more, but I guess he just said there's many more. So, okay. So my bad. So we go over, I just want to correct that before there's a million comments in the videos.
They love to comment when you
Phil, you got that wrong, motherfucker.
They get people like human beings.
Tony, how do you pronounce that word? Do you know what pissed back in Game of Thrones?
When I say cicadias, people that
Tony, I had a dude call in the phone at one point and said, I call Arya Stark, and they're like, Phil, it's not Arya, it's Aya. And you're saying it all stupid. No one knows who you're talking about. Arya. Who's Arya? Fucking, it's not a song. It's not a fucking opera. Her name's Aya. It's not Arya, you idiot. And I'm like, okay. Whatever that means.
I just think those are the people that really just want our attention so bad, and they don't know how to stand out, so they just do that. You know, we're simple guys. You know, if you're women, it's easy to get our attention. Usually, it's not women; it's usually men. You know, women get your attention because it's easy to get our attention. There's a couple of things you can do, but we'll go over that, and
acknowledge my existence.
Yeah, you can go over that in the answer. You know, you can rub my head 3 times, make a wish. You know, there's a lot of things you can do to get my attention if you're a woman. As for men, I don't want you to have my attention. That's right.
Phil, get it right, Phil. Okay, I will. So we go to Jade, and they all stop playing. And Jade says, they're all me, whatever. Bloody eyes. Tony went through this in his video really well, but one guy's got his eyes, bloody eyes. Christopher's got his throat cut, which we may have been misinformed about Christopher's death. Tony talked about that earlier and gets into that in his video. Please check out Tony's breakdown video. knife in the eye, ripped apart, blah blah blah. It doesn't matter. Guy crushed.
It's a rail yard spike.
Yeah, very large spike. Civil War dude. Look, I didn't see what happened to the Civil War guy, but he looks dead as well. And the only thing I do challenge is there's in the Salem Witch Museum, there is one situation which shows a literal boulder exactly like that crushing a witch. So it looks familiar to me that they used it to murder somebody. So I assume they stoned that person to death and crushed them with that fucking boulder. Like you basically you weigh the boulder and it crushes them slowly, and they die slowly suffocating. So that is a thing. That I'm just, for whatever it's worth, that was a thing. So maybe that's what happened in that.
Yeah, Civil War guy was definitely most likely stabbed in the stomach. That's where he stabbed Jade. In the thing, so he most likely died being stabbed in the stomach. But there were also a bunch of bodies being hung by their feet on the trees at that particular time too. So he could have died that way also.
And he says it's always in minnows and sharks and nets. Tony got into that a second ago. Jade says I'm murdered by the people in the town. He figures it out. He goes, I wasn't murdered by those things. I'm murdered by the people in the town. It's always the same. The kid says once they learn it's you. They blame you, then they hate you, and they eventually kill you. And for Tabitha, it's worse.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, if I die, how do I stop it from happening? Is it possible? I want to go back. He gets like Jack from Lost. I want to go back. No. And he said, as the kid goes off, Boyd tries to calm him down. So we go to drunk Henry being put to bed with a little extra. Kenny and Victor and Vic. Vic shows Kenny the picture of the man in yellow who ate his mom, and I never should have told his dad. Not much to talk about that. Well, we'll just yada yada to the next scene. Cave findings and more tripping. Young Jay leads them through. Was it you said in your video? Was that Colony House?
Colony House that they go inside. If they go in the Colony House, takes it down the hallway, and
they go down the trippy stairways to the trippy storage area. I thought it was the area where Costa was working, but I guess it's not.
No.
And Boyd is like, wait. Jade ignores and he says, let's go this way. Kid says, you need to clear a path in French. Oui, you need to clear a path in French. And they find the door and Boyd says,
red door.
The red door. Find a door. And they find the door. And this was my favorite line read of the night by Harold. Jade goes, do you see the door? And Harold goes, yup. And just the way he says yup, it was just so like, oh my fucking God. And that almost sold me that it was real there. So here we go into the scene that I think you were talking about, something that might take shape later. The yellow Sophia puts her hooks in. Sophia helps take care of Marielle with Christy, bringing her a drink. And Marielle tells what happens in the ambulance. Radio came on. She heard the screaming of all the people that died there. I could feel all the suffering, everyone that died. From season 2 was the same feeling, but it got better. I didn't think it was real, but when this all came back, it all came back and the pain was real. And before we get into what Sophia says, I'm more now convinced than ever what I said about the crows being the dead people is true. Like the souls being stuck there in the crows from the beginning of the season is totally the dead people. Sophia calls her a prophet. Maybe God picked her to hear their suffering. And Marielle's like, fuck this, and walks off. Christy says, I've seen this place get to different people. This happens. Marielle says, this is different. Something old's here. Something ancient that's feeding on the pain that doesn't stop even after you die. And we're never going to get to leave. So yeah, that's...
yeah. I mean, old ancients. You have this oldest ancient. I guess it's the same word. I don't know. But why they would repeat the word twice at that particular time. I think that I think it's old. That's been going on for a long time, but I think she's misinterpreting it, and I think that's what it is. When it comes down to it, I think it's being misinterpreted by her, and it'll be proven that that's the case.
And I think that's part of the thing that we're getting answers, but I think I like how they're giving answers in this fashion. I got to applaud this show. They know where they're going. They know the situation, and they're giving us answers, but I think they're giving us different ways of celebrating those answers in ways that might end up being different in the end. It could look one way, but it's going to end up being something different. And I think some of the things that we're being told are maybe not true, but I also think this isn't just bullshit, dead ends. I think there's actual meat here that gets into things that you say a lot in your videos. It's we can now tell now 100% the direction this is going. Like, it's just, I'm not sure if what's on your nose is the number one thing. Like, what the obvious thing isn't necessarily the thing. That this is my older dog Lotus. Right now, I actually have. Well, let's see if I can show you all the dogs in the room here. Oh no! Oh shit! There's 2 more dogs over there. There's one there. Oh no, that's my ugly face. No one wants to see that. And there's one behind me. No one wants to see that. Oh shit! We're losing your mind. There you go. Sorry about that. That's my birthday with 3 dogs. So we're all it is a Shyamalan, Amy. A chameleon. Okay. Okay, so all the crew is huddled in the cabins, and they're counting down the second till the morning. The last time we got to talk, we got to go through the situation. Ethan says Ethan's passed out, and it's a nightmare. Ethan, when he was younger, because he was so mature, Julie used to call him the professor. I don't know what that means, but he's mature, and he's the professor. I guess they're saying that because the actor's getting so old, they have to explain why.
Yeah, I mean, unless he's gonna make a telephone out of coconuts, he's not the professor to me.
No, there's only one television professor, Tony.
That's right.
And that dude is making. There's only 2 guys that can do that sort of shit. That's MacGyver and the professor from fucking Gilligan's Island.
Right.
Those 2 dudes, if you put them in any situation, they're creating, thermonuclear bomb out of a coconut. It doesn't fucking matter. Okay, so red shirt girl, whatever her name. Well, what's her name? Patty cake, breakfast.
Patty cake.
Patty cake. Okay. So Patty Cakes is like, what's she talking about? She's gonna rat. She's a fucking rat. This fucking, she looks like a rat. She eats some cheese. I don't trust this Patty. I don't trust this Patty, Tony. As far as
she's dropping down.
She is a rat if I've ever seen a rat. Anyways, so Tabitha says she has a vision. She says, oh no, wait, I forgot this. Let me get into this. They hear some singing. The singing was weird. I don't know how to make of the singing. What the fuck was the singing? And I also want to, before we get into this scene, I'm going to say this right off the bat, and I don't know if you think this as well, but from my opinion, whatever the last thing that we heard when they were at the settlement earlier and the banging on the outside door, I don't think we're the Cabbage Patch Dolls.
No.
Whatever was a different thing. That was a different thing.
Yes.
I still think that's Eloise, personally, but
I would say it's Julie and Randall, or someone story walking. I think it's Julie.
It's very, very possible it could be Julie.
I think it's Julie. I still think it's Julie and them dragging the tent. Maybe Julie gets the scarecrows to drag the tent for her. Like, somehow she gets control of these things, and they're the ones who drag the tent for them. But it's definitely something like that going on.
So the dolls were smaller. Tabitha has a vision. And the dolls were smaller. I was playing with them. This man was angry. The dolls gave him nightmares, which connects with, again, if you want to get into this, check out Tony's video where he breaks his theory down. And I'm sure he'll do another video breaking this down a little bit further, but about how the nightmares of other people might be making some of the creatures in this world manifesting into reality. And that is the Cliff Notes version of Tony's theory. He gets into it more.
I think it's pretty much fact. I don't know if that's even should be considered a theory. Yeah, I think it's my theory, but I think that's what
I'm just saying it that way so you get credit for it. Not because you're the first one I've heard that's verbalized that. I do think there are some. You can make a lot of comparisons to Nightmare on Elm Street, even down to burying the bone.
100%.
And I think some parts are very Nightmare on Elm Street-y.
We talked about that before, about the Dream Warriors.
For sure. Best Nightmare on Elm Street movie. Okay, so they give him nightmares, and he threw the dolls into the lake, and the man died, and then the nightmares came out of the lake, and Tabitha says, everyone say it together. No, we got to get out of here. As we got to go. And Donna's like, how the fuck do you know any of that? As suddenly the Kool-Aid man busts right through the wall. Hey, anyone want some Kool-Aid? And red shirt Di gets ripped in half. His throat gets ripped out, but it gets ripped out in a weird way. It almost looked like the roots were going into him or some shit. There was some weird, I don't know.
It seemed like he put the mitten in his mouth. It looked like he was trying to put his whole hand into his mouth.
He's getting all candy canes with him, Tony. He's like, the power of Christmas compels you. The power of Christmas.
something weird going on there. I mean, I understand it. I really just I know what I understand what you're trying to do. I just don't know if that was the way to do it.
Okay, I will say this, Tony, because I'll challenge you here. I think the problem is not that I didn't like it, not that it wasn't effective. It was that we've seen it before. So the second time we're seeing it, we're concentrating on it more. We all, like, not everyone, now we can talk about it fully. They showed us this shit in the fucking trailer.
Yeah.
You knew it was coming. This is the second time you saw it. How do you think you would have felt about it if this was the first time you saw that? And you might have felt a little different, like, because your emotions would have been involved.
Quite possible. I was watching it and it was all just like a straight thing, that I do think that them showing.
I don't want to tell you how you're going to feel, but I feel like your emotions might have like
showed in the trailer was just way too much. They gave way too much of it.
Especially someone like you that really watches this stuff and breaks it down and analyzes it. Like, you knew this was coming. You saw, you're like, oh, there it is, Kool-Aid Man busting through the wall. But if you had just, like, if you never watched a trailer and you got surprised by that Kool-Aid Man smashing through the wall, it might have been a good jump scare for you. Like,
maybe. I'm a Capricorn, so we don't scare.
But you know what I mean, like a television jump scare where you're like, whoa, that's effective. You know, I do feel like the trailer in this particular situation fucked with the show's effectiveness for the people that pay too much attention. I'm not saying I know some people don't watch trailers. I heard that in our podcast comment section, people saying, you guys spoiled it last week when you talked about the scarecrows and the trailers and stuff. We didn't say what happens with the damn scarecrows. We just said the scarecrows were there. We're sorry. We didn't mean to spoil anything for you. I hope you were as excited as anyone could be. And I want to hear what you thought watching it for the first time, because we didn't tell you what was going to happen. We just said it was a fucking scarecrow. Sorry. That's all we spoiled. We said it was a damn scarecrow. That's all we said.
And they watched it too. They're just lying.
Exactly. They just want to make us feel bad. That's true. Tony, I'm glad you say that, because I feel like that's the case a lot of times. They're just saying.
They do it all the time. Yes, you did. Just don't lie.
Then why are you playing in Reddit, pretending to like ignore whatever? Yeah. Okay, so red shirt girl's dead. So no, she's not dead. Dolls were smaller. Kool-Aid Man smashes through the door. Red shirt dude gets his throat ripped out. Our heroes get out pretty easily. But Patty's they really easy, Tony. They get out, they slip right the fuck out. But patty cake, breakfast man's gone. And Ellis goes, oh, bump, I'm Super Ellis. And I'm going to go save Patty because she's super important to the plot, like, because we've seen her before. And we get more. This is where we get the flashes of Tabitha with the totems and the little nail things from the totems. And Patty gets her face burned because we needed a reason for the fire, I guess. And because it wasn't about making s'mores, Tony. And Ellis hits this thing and hurts it. So is Ellis just super strong, Tony? Or
it's all over the place. They just don't have the power level. You need to check the power level. If something can break through a wood cabin, a log cabin, you can't hurt it with a bat. That's just where it should be. I mean,
you went all Jose Canseco with that shit. He was like,
you just can't do it. There's certain things you can't do. You know what I mean? I mean, you can't hit it with a bat and hurt it and stuff. So I just don't get it. They got to get the power levels right, and they just didn't get it right with this.
Patty is definitely going to be witness number one. So, okay, so our heroes get out, blah, 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 hurts it. One grabs Donna from behind and fortunately doesn't hurt her too bad and starts choking her and doesn't rip her throat out immediately. And Tabitha saves her like Sam the Slayer killing a White Walker and stabs her right from behind. And Tabitha says, I remembered how to hurt them, as Donna's like, what the fuck just happened? Yeah, stabbing him kills them, I guess. And so does hitting him with a bat because Ellis
remember to hurt him. How does this happen? Because from what we see when she's a kid,
they break it down to her.
I mean, when they show her over the rock and the thing is supposedly this is the thing looking down at her, coming down. I thought it was something flying, but obviously it's just because it's tall or it jumped in the air. I don't know. Seemed like she's dead at that specific, like she gets killed then. But somehow she must not get killed and someone must stab it with one of these totems or something.
Yeah, but did she grab one in her hand or is it just stabbing them from behind with a metal thing? Like, because it seems like she just stabbed it with what was there.
Yeah, I don't know. They're going to keep the totems in the ground specifically to kill these monsters if they come back. And everyone's got to run outside, grab a totem, pull it out, and stab it when it comes.
Tony, let's get into the most important aspect of this whole situation. You talked about this in your video too. Why did Monster 3 just piece the fuck out? Like Monster
left, like his arms on fire. He looked at him and said, "Bye."
Hi, I'm out. I'm out. E5000. God, peace.
That's it. I'm just out. And
smell you later. It was like a smell you later. I think he said.
Yeah, I'm gonna dunk my arms in some water and just get. Yeah, I'll be out. Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna go hang out with I'm gonna go hang out with this Tin Man and the Lion and go fight a witch. I'll be back in a little while. Like what the fuck was going on there?
Yeah, if it was just like some shit, like like fire would be the way to kill him. That would be obvious. Something like that, I would accept that more than this totem being drammed through him. Yeah. If you could burn him and stuff, obviously that would be the way to do it and stuff.
I don't know. It just turns away and walks away. I wasn't sure. Was it afraid of Tabitha? And like realistically, let's break this down for a second. Was it realistically afraid of Tabitha in that moment?
I don't know. It shouldn't be. It should have just charged just one person. They got one shot.
Yeah.
If I'm fighting somebody, whether they have a knife or they have a bat or something, and I put my guard up or I do what I got to do, I'm not running away from them. I charge at them, and because they got one shot with it, and and after that shot, especially if it's a battle weapon like that, you don't hit it with that shot. Most likely, you're not. Then you're done for. So I would think you go for it at that particular time and just go at them, especially if they're afraid of you and they're running away and stuff, and you got fire on your arms. I would run after them.
Yeah, seriously. Like if your goal is to stop them there in the situation, I don't know. It seemed awkward to me in that moment that it just sort of went like this, like, peace, I'm out, and just like just walked away. It was weird. Mm-hmm. We get two more scenes here, I believe. The hallway of love at first. Jade opens the door and it's a huge hallway with the scary spiders, and in the rooftop. Or above him in the crevices in the ceiling. Jade does not see Boyd anymore in Vision Land. He goes deeper into the caves. He calls for Boyd. Boyd is like, is this real? We've been walking down this creepy fucking hallway. I'll drag you the fuck out of here if I have to. Let's get the hell out of here. And is there something you need to tell me? Bam. As Jade follows himself around the corner and doesn't follow Boyd, he bumps into the monsters. And
B said she's watching Return of the Jedi for the first time.
Some people are hard on that movie, but I definitely very much like it, especially the Luke Invader lines in it. I do wish that they were Wookiees, not little bears, not what are those things called? The fucking Ewoks. Originally, it was supposed to be on the Wookiee planet. You're going to get a planet of Wookiees. I kind of wish it was that, but whatever. So there is something you need to tell me. Okay, so Jade and the monsters, they surround him. They say, "You're an idiot, Jade. You should have listened to Boyd. You were never the smart one." They throw him down. They cover him in a stone grave where there's a little kid that turns to him and says, "Anakui." Remember.
Remember what you did. What remembering has to be is that you fucking put us down here in these holes. You did this shit.
Yep,
Jade.
you did this shit.
You have to remember you did this. This is all your fault.
And I think he interprets it as, remember, you have to dig me up, but we'll see about that. Mm-hmm. He wakes up in Boyd's office and Boyd says, "Dude, we never fucking left." And Jade says, "I know how to save the children and what we need to do." And Tony, that's the end of our episode. 9 out of 10 for me. What would be your
I will give it an 8.5. I thought it was really good. The scarecrow stuff took me out of it. Besides that, everything was on point. The acting was on point. The Jade Boyd tripping scene is the best scene of the show.
Fucking awesome.
Any season. It's the best one storyline scene, whatever you want to say, one block of that they've ever had. Especially the fact that we got to see Boyd and Jade act together. We don't really see that, right? And we see the dynamic duo, how good they are. You know what I mean? Doing everything good together. So yeah, 8.5. You get 8.5 from me. I won't go as far as 9. It's just too much. Two other plot holes going on there that they need to cover up for me. If they're able to do that, then maybe it would win up. But for me, I think that's the way I would have to
So
go.
we have a bunch of super chats to catch up to, and the phone lines are officially open now. If you guys want to call in and share your thoughts about this episode or anything that's been going on here, we've been. It's good to be back to doing a regular show. We've been lucky. We had Samantha. We had a special show with the Man in Yellow, and we had a special guest last week with Tony on vacation. So it's good to be back, getting to talk to Tony as we get our first call of the night. And we promise we'll get to all. We will not end without talking about all your super chats. But we have area code 917. Welcome to the show. What's going on tonight? What's your name? Where you calling from? And what the fuck do you have to say to us? I'm kidding. Sorry.
It's Chaz. I just got one thing to say real quick.
Please, Chaz.
I think Tabitha is an asshole. She is the worst mother. She holds secrets. I despite her.
Do it. Preach.
I literally despite her. She is a evil bitch. She is. And you know, I'm pretty sure, and I think that Donna is gonna get fed up to the point where she tells the rest of the town that Tabitha knows everything, and they're gonna end up probably killing her or trying to, like, you know, kidnap her kid, or they're gonna do something. But I just want to be the first person to say that she is a bitch.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Thank you for the call, and thank you for.
I will take the super chat. This is from Fanatic. Thank you. Can I show love to actor Robert Joy Henry for his amazing acting job portraying completely drunken breakdown? That was too real.
I'm with you on that one.
And Phil has praised him also.
I'm with you. Before we get to the next super chat, dude, I am so with that. And yes, caller, I hear what you're saying. Maybe I think it's a little harsh. I wouldn't quite go that far with Tabitha, but I do think she's a questionable mother at times. Area code 330. What's your name? Where you're calling from? And what's your question or comment?
What's going on, fellas? It's Real Rebel Eric calling out of Akron.
Hey, Real Rebel.
What's going on, Real?
So I've been waiting to call, man. I've just been trying to watch the show and all of this, but it's kind of man, I just want to start off saying I went with the Don on the Michelin Man, the evil Michelin Man.
The Kool-Aid Michelin Man.
Trying to kill the people, right?
You're not scared of the mittens? You're saying Tony's right about the mittens?
Yes, I'm not scared of the evil tire guy, man. I'm just not, right? So I started to get it started to get to me a little bit with the weirdness with the whole book thing. I didn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that seemed kind of, Cat in the Hattish to me. So I wasn't really feeling that with the whole book, and so I'm kind of glad they kind of got away from that. But definitely the Michelin Man, the evil Michelin Man, that kind of, I'm with Tony. It kind of messed up the story a little bit. What else I wanted to say?
Mm-hmm.
I think I when I see Sophia, I just get. Do you feel like y'all get like this real bad anxiety or something? Because I'm like, she's so in know what's going on, and it's like we know what's going on, but they don't know what's going on.
Totally.
And that's like I start to sweat and everything. Like dog, she is playing y'all. So it's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I see when Sophia pop up on my screen, I get anxiety. I'm like,
The show is doing such a good job at writing it and directing it too. It's just such a good job. Like, dude, I'm with you. I feel fucking like I'm like in the way she smiles at the camera. I feel like she has a relationship with the audience, and she's like talking to us. She's like, "Hey guys, look at me fuck with these idiots."
Yeah, she like break the fourth wall or something. You think she meaning to do that or something?
I think
what is she doing?
I think I think within the character itself is taking so much joy in how easy it is because she's done this so many. The Man in Yellow has done this so many times, so it's almost like Bill Murray at the end of Groundhog's Day, where he's just like he's gone through this so much, so it's fun for him. These are like he's watching people work in slow motion. It's like a professional poker player going to a home game. He's just like, this is just too easy. I'm just winning so much money here. This is easy. Oh, these idiots! Like she's just playing them. Like, at least that's
playing them like she creeping around. You creeping. You sneaky.
Yep.
You know, she like the sneaky kids you have. You got about. I got 3 kids, and one of them just sneaky. Like, why did you up at 4 a.m? What are you doing? Like, me and your mom trying to do the nasty. You got your ear on the door or something. Like, you got the creepy kids. Like, she like the creepy kid that's walking around. You know what I'm saying?
These kids are sneaky, goddamn it! These sneaky kids. They're sneaky kids. I used to deal with these sneaky kids also. Yes, kids are very sneaky, especially Christmas time, and they think they slick.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. That it's not even sneaky. Like you think like we ain't gonna catch on to this shit. Like you really think you that slick?
Yeah. And then they walk around the house. Y'all can't walk. Y'all slams on the floor. So you can't even be sneaky because you're slamming your feet on the floor. You can't sneak up the steps or down the steps because you're slamming your feet on the floor, trying to get juice in the middle of the night. Like this is Sophia to me. Like, why is she sneaking around? You know, faking hurt. You know what I'm saying? Throwing out Bible scriptures to try to. She just give me anxiety.
I will say that, when we interviewed Julia Doyle and she came on. And I asked her the question, like, if there was one line or something that describes your character this year, what would it be? And she said, "Catch me if you can." So I think that's what we're gonna see this season. It's catch me if you can, and that's it.
Leonardo DiCaprio too, huh? So I guess she just got it all. And then other thing, she already been laying the groundwork for the town people with Tabitha anyway, when she started that whole thing talking about the town started to be messed up when they got there. Remember she threw that line out there?
Oh yeah, so
she's already been laying the groundwork,
setting it up for the massacre, and Tabitha is gonna get it the worst. She's gonna get it the worst, Tabitha. Worse than Jay.
And I agree with you on that too. I think that they have something to do with all of this. And why is Tabitha a little kid? Like, in her visions, she is a little kid that been at the town so she might have been some type of evil thing that the town tried to, like the Salem witch trials or something. They might try to, you know what I mean? Something up with Tabitha.
Yeah, no, they may burn her ass. It's going to be worse for her.
Yeah. Worse, yeah, it's worse for her.
Not gonna, they may quarter. She may have been quartered before. She may have been burnt before. I mean, they've done women dirty in the past when they've caught them doing things more than they've done. I mean, listen, they've done men dirty too. Let me get it wrong, but they have done some dirty things to women. So I think if she gets bagged up, it's going to go a bit bad for her.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad for her. And another thing, the stuff about the people having those evil stuff they dream about or whatever, and it's coming true if they die or whatever. Mm-hmm. We was talking about that because I've been listening to you even from season 1. We was talking about that even back then. I think everybody kind of stopped talking about that.
Yeah, I think people let it go after the Nathan thing, you know what I mean? Because it hadn't manifested. But no, we've been saying that since season 1.
You and Alamara were talking about that stuff. Like
100%. That this is
I was in agreement with that from because I think Ethan even said something about that. Didn't he say something too?
Yep.
Yeah. And it's to me right now. I think it's from season 1 talking about it right now. It's obvious that this is what it is. I mean, there's a reason why these creatures are called nightmare creatures, right? That's what they're classified as, and you look them up, and that's the creatures that come out at night.
I remember when we found out that they were called that, and I believe that was around season 1, and we did like a whole show on that and stuff like that.
Yeah,
If
that's
they're
what I was saying.
coordinated-
They came back around with that because I remember us having we was talking about that even back then.
Yep.
Yeah,
We got into that.
100%.
And then I want to say one more thing, Victor. I don't like the guy just as much as I don't like Tabitha. Bad narrator, everything, and I think he the original setup guy. That's why they told him like, Victor, don't you come down here again? We're gonna keep you. You know what I'm saying? Victor is
You
the
want
original setup. He's the original setup guy. I'm telling you. I feel like he playing dumb. He trying to play people.
Yeah, and it also just goes to point down that it's the boy in white is evil. You know, Victor gave the whole thing. Oh, the boy in white kept me safe down there. No, them creatures knew you were down there. They just said it.
Yeah.
They knew you were down there, and he told them not to fuck with you, and that's what it is.
They like Victor because he might have even been one of the original people that started turning on the town people, turning on the original Tabitha. That might be the branch on why he's so close with they family and stuff. I'm telling you, man, Victor is a snake.
I agree.
He might even be playing.
Is gonna be.
He might even be playing dumb, y'all.
There's no playing about it. I think
Tony.
at all. I think this is what he is, and I think he's fronting a lot of it.
He's not no playing. He's just
Yeah,
dumb.
and I put this on the super chat, but I'll get it out of the way now, and then I'm done. I feel like Henry when he was like, Victor, don't you remember? No, Victor don't remember because that's not the son that you remember.
No, it's the same Victor. It's not the same Victor. It's an alternate universe Victor. You
Not
can
the
look at
same
the picture
Victor,
in the
it's
house.
from another. Yeah. So that's why he was just kind of looking like.
Did you?
I don't know what you're talking about, Dad, but okay.
No, it's not. It's not the same Victor. It's obvious not. All you can just look at the picture in the house. A picture of house of Eloise and Victor. That like teenagers when they were in the show. When they show him with his mother, they're kids. So you can't go from teenagers to kids. That's the teenagers and stuff, you know. So no, it's not the same Victor.
Yeah, I totally agree. So I'm gonna leave it at that. So I'm gonna just end it. Sophia, give me bad anxiety. Victor, I feel like he is Snake. I feel like he moving up past Donna to me. But I also think that Donna might be the one that started to get the town folk to start this because they gotta put her somewhere. So it might be her and Marielle, you know, to start getting the town folk to try to. Because Tabitha and Jade, maybe they thought they was doing something right, but yeah, definitely feel like they have something to do with all of this.
I can't wait, and I'm upset we have a whole week. Caller, thank you so much for calling in, buddy. We hope to hear from you soon. Tony, just to go before we take another call and get into the super chats, did you see the video that they put out about Julie's book club?
Yeah, I seen it, Julie.
Did you hear what she said in that? She goes,
I didn't. I've seen it, but I didn't pay attention.
Can I play the? Do you think I can play the audio for it? It's like a second there.
ahead.
Let me play a little bit of that. Listen what she says.
Today's episode, we are looking at Flight of the
Blah 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 blah.
Guys,
Blah, blah.
this book was gripping from beginning to end. It taught me how to story walk. It's just one of those books that like transcends timelines, if you really know what I mean.
Wait, that's the line I wanted to play. Did you hear what she just said there? It's a book that transcends timelines, if you know what I really mean. She's
100%.
So she almost says what you're talking about right there, in a joke and talking about like just as an obvious thing. Like it teaches you how to transcend timelines, not time travel, transcend timelines.
No, that's what it is, and that's we're dealing with alternate parallel dimensions and different timelines, and y'all see it when it's all good. I'm not going to keep beating a dead horse. Y'all know how I feel about it, and y'all see it when it's all good.
In a video on MGM.
That's not enough, Phil. People aren't going to believe that. That's not enough. They'll say
you just said it in like a joking or whatever. I'm saying there's some receipts for Tony right there. I mean, I'm not like whatever, but like whatever. I don't have any dog in this fight. I don't like it if Tony's wrong. I like it if Tony's right. I don't give a shit. Like
let the people think. All right, let's go through. Titans says Ellis and Donna will die. Boyd and Kenny will lead the town to kill Jade. I don't think that they'll lead the town to kill Jade. I think it's a good chance that those that Donna dies. I don't know, but if they have the balls enough to kill Tabitha.
I think just quickly on that one, I think this time they don't, because I think this time they get out. Maybe this time they'll be ready. Maybe this time. I think this is the different time because this is the time they're getting out. I think they win.
All right. We got Vernon Claw says, preview says from continues my 31st. Happy birthday, Phil.
Thank you so much. And thank you to everyone that has been wishing me a happy birthday. I can't say thank you to everyone.
You Love the Nile says, I think the lake is where all the towns and people's fears are. It could be, may not be a literal lake. It may be something else that they're calling a lake.
Is it the pool, Tony?
I do believe that the hotel is the important spot in this whole thing, and that's why they haven't shown it
the
yet.
Star Hotel.
Yeah, that's the most important spot. The real rebel Eric is Victor. Doesn't remember he just said this on a thing. Thank you for that. We already got to that. Cricket says, "Happy birthday, Phil." I think the spider is trying to help them. If it was a spider that dragged the tent, the closest to the lighthouse before it's I don't think.
I appreciate your birthday wishes, but the spider's not fucking helping. The spiders.
Yeah, I don't think the spider dragged the tent. You want to say the scarecrow did? I can go with that. DH Hambone says,
can we jam DH? DH? Oh, look at you. You're rocking out. I want to play some drums with you, buddy.
There you go. He said, I have a feeling we haven't seen the end of that bird either in a good or scary way. Maybe they bring the bird back. I don't know how it helps the story if they do. Edward, which says, happy birthday, Phil, you fucker.
I love you, you motherfucker. You're the best dude.
Best damn team on YouTube. I could not agree more. I think we are.
Thank you, my friend.
That's pretty obvious too.
Yeah.
After today, I'm not sure if they this is from Anthony. He says, after today, I'm not sure they will have 10 episodes left without stretching it out. 10 episodes is all they're gonna need. I don't think they need any more there. This is from Rep Morgan. I gotta say they don't have enough time to wrap this. We've caught up.
But that's interesting. Those last two comments, Tony. Let's talk about that for a second, because we got Rep Morgan that says that, and then the previous person said that there's not enough time. They're gonna have to stretch it out. So it's interesting how this show interprets. Like two different people, two awesome super chatters would appreciate both perspectives. One person that says there's not enough material to last 15 more episodes. Another person that says we need 5 more seasons of this shit. So I think the interesting thing about this, people all compare this to Lost, compared to other shows. They actually know where they're going with this. They know the ending. They're heading towards it. Whether everyone's going to be satisfied with it or not is a different story.
They planned on 5 years. They stuck to 5 years. You know, and they didn't go and they go in the Breaking Bad method, right? Breaking Bad, Vince Gilligan, they had a plan of how many seasons. The show got super popular. They wanted more seasons. They said, no, this is what we're going to do.
They gave him a few more episodes. They gave him like 4 more episodes.
And that was the end of it. They're going that route with it. I mean, MGM must want to do them to do more. It's the only popular show they got on the whole.
What else does MGM have?
Nothing. There's nothing. I mean, only other good show on there was Domino and The Godfather of Harlem.
Yeah, Godfather of Harlem was good.
Those are the 2 best shows. Domino was amazing. Those are the shows. Every other show on there was
We've got the wonderful Fatima calling in. I didn't destroy her name this time. Fatima, welcome to the show. I actually said your name correct.
It's Fatima.
It's Fatima. Fuck. Fuckity asshole. I suck. Fatima, welcome.
It doesn't bother me.
I know it doesn't, but that's
literally my whole life. That's how
it's just a joke though. But I want to get it right. But the problem was I confidently thought I did it right that time, and that deserves shame. That deserves shame. But thank you. Welcome to the show.
No problem. So these are just my thoughts on this episode. I don't think it was like a coincidence that Boyd is the person that is going on this little journey with Jade or his anchor, for the simple fact that the town really despises Boyd. That's why they want to break him, because he's the anomaly that's not going to let these people destroy Jade the way they did in the past. That's why he always, every time the town falls apart, every time the people lose hope, he comes with his big speech. And I think that's why they had that moment where they was about to break him in a couple first episodes. And everyone in that room was like, his son, everybody was telling Boyd, like, you cannot do that. You can't be the person that break down, because they want to break him so that the whole town can finally tear each other apart.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he's the anomaly that's going to stop this trend from happening. And it's just no coincidence that they're together.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like, he's the thing that they didn't really count on being there, because they were more thinking about Abby, and Boyd's there, and he's sort of causing problems to their plan a little bit.
Yeah, that's why the boy in white put his ass in that well, at the bottom of that well, so he can get him out of the way.
Yep.
They want him gone. They don't want him.
Yeah, they don't want. They want to. They can't just kill him. That they want, because they know even that will sort of spark inspiration. Like, they're in a tough spot with Boyd.
Also, the whole one, they did not have enough things with Acosta. Acosta came to Boyd and told him, when she first got there, she went and told him, like, that they needed to give people inspiration and give them something to kind of keep their minds off things.
Mm-hmm.
And Boyd really tried to treat her life. And I think he was the reason everybody hate Acosta, because of the way he talked to her that day. She looked so sad. She came in the post office and tried to, like, apologize for killing that girl. And he's like, treated what? The hell out of her.
He's like, fuck
and now
you.
He wants to, like, give her a job. Negative. Okay, boy, he got me messed up on that part, because I just feel like he's the reason everyone hates Acosta, and it's really because of that point. But she just looks so sad after he did that. They definitely need to. I feel like I understand what they're doing, but I kind of feel like we're missing a lot of the characters in these episodes.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like there's so many episodes have gone by, and we don't know what Acosta's doing in that basement. Like, I don't know.
It's weird because the passage of time is so weird on this show too. Has it only been like a day? Are we still in like the next day? It's and that's where the thing with what the characters are doing is Acosta just sleeping right now, and this whole episode was in the night right after Boyd left her. I'm just not sure when everything is. So, and Jade's hair doesn't help too, because his hair is sure.
I think it's been 2 days. Like, it's definitely been 2 days, because he put her down there, and then he went back to the post office and went to sleep. He came to see Fatima. He didn't check on her. He didn't see what the hell she found.
Nope.
He didn't give a damn. He just want her out his way. Disrespectful. And then it's then the next day when they woke up, and now this situation, when they found the man in yellow suit. And this has been going on for that day. It hasn't been another day. So it's only been 2 days. Yeah. And she's been MIA for 2 whole days. Like, I just think they should have just had more consideration of dropping these characters in there in these episodes, because it's just like, I know we're building up to what she finds in the basement, but also we should have known, because when they went down that basement, she wasn't there.
Yeah.
So we should have known it wasn't a real thing with them down there. But pretty much, yeah, that's all I have.
Yeah, and I agree. Maybe what she's gonna find is gonna be so big that they gotta hold it off till the end of the season, because she's gonna, as I thought, she's gonna figure out the Sophia situation somehow by finding either the outfit that Sophia is wearing or see Sophia herself. We'll see about that.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the reveal. But I feel like they need to learn. I feel like the writers kind of were pressured from everyone to give more, and they gave a lot away in the trailers, as far as we kind of know what's happening and where it's going. So I hope in the final season they kind of just like do what they've been doing and not let the influence of the people give them this thing, because they definitely have never given this much away before. And now all of a sudden it's like we have gotten a lot in these trailers that kind of ruins the.
I'm with you on that. I've been bitching about that too much. Like they gave away way too much.
That's all I got. Happy birthday, Phil. That's it.
Thank you, Fatima. Have a great one.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. And we got DEH says, happy birthday, Phil. I don't know why I made that your voice right there. Happy birthday, Phil. You mentioned me and my guitar in my profile. Did you notice I'm using a jackhammer as a slide? Fuck, I did not notice that because I'm blind as a bat because of my of my rapidly decrepit body here, because of my age. But awesome, dude. I hope we can jam one day. Thank you to everyone that has been wishing me a happy birthday. Percy Garcia, if you want to call in, the phone number is 781-990-8509. Again, that number is 781-990-8509. Please call. Anyone can call in, share your thoughts, share your comments, talk about this season or this episode 5, or any overall thoughts that you may have for the season. Wait. Cautry had no more story left. Jim had no more story left. So they died. Then 2 more people added in who still have story left. Yes, but remember Boyd said they would never left the sheriff's office and that Jade had been in the chair for hours, so we wouldn't have seen Acosta because they were in Jade's head. Awesome point. Who said that? It's me, Chanel. Hi, it's me, Chanel. It's me, Chanel. You are wonderfully correct. And thank you for that. Oh, speaking of wonderfully correct, you were waiting for him. You know, the wonderful KP. Welcome to the show, KP. How are you doing tonight, my friend?
You're wonderfully correct.
Yo, good night. How's everybody doing?
I gotta be honest, KP. I know this is where I'm an ignorant asshole, because I know the good night is very welcoming, it's friendly, it's iconic to you, and it makes sense the way you're saying it. But because of my thing, I hear you say good night. I'm like, why are you saying good night? The show's not over, dude. Like, what are you saying goodbye? Yeah. Oh my goodness. Area code 206.
Your American brain.
Yeah, my stupid American brain. Area code 206, who I assume is Percy Garcia. Please call back in as soon as KP.
Yeah, I won't be long, Percy. I won't be long. First of all, I want to say that I've been kind of underwhelmed by the last couple episodes. I think they grabbed me and they pulled me back in for this one, which I'm very, very happy about. I like some of the kind of acts of covert violence, like Jade drinking the supposed blood that isn't blood out of the skull. That was hella cool. Even though it probably didn't happen, probably happened in his mind. But I enjoyed the violence of this episode. Like, you saw people do things and make things happen. I was, and I know Tony thinks that the scarecrows were kind of comic.
Mm-hmm.
They were kind of like they were a little bit too much. Like, okay, come on, you know what I mean? Which I could probably agree with, but I think it's getting us closer to what the show actually is.
I agree, KP, and I also said this to Tony, and I think we've seen too much of them. Like, if we just saw them busting through for the first time and we didn't see it in the trailer, we didn't break it down, we didn't already talk about these things, we might feel differently if it was just a surprise jump scare kind of situation. I think that's I think us looking at them and already knowing what the Cabbage Patch Dolls looked like kind of adds to the way Tony was feeling, I think, a little bit, and some other people that might be feeling that way. Whereas somebody watching that for the first time would just be like, whoa, what the fuck was that? A little bit more shocked by it. I will take a shot. I will take a birthday shot before the end of the show. I promise people in the live chat.
The only thing, the one last thing I want to add to that, and first of all, I agree with everything you just said. I think the other thing that I want to add to that is that I can't remember the line, but it was something like with Julie probably not. She's not necessarily walking through time. She's maneuvering through various stories.
Yes.
And it turned a light on for me, because I started to remember the fairy tales of childhood, like the Cinderella and the Seven Dwarfs and all the Anansi stories. I don't know if you know anything about the Anansi stories, but all of these fairy tales probably added to the fact that Disney grabbed all of them and put them in an animated universe. But all these stories, can you tell me where Cinderella ends and Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs begin? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Am I making my point? I know that's an analogy, but it's as though they're trying to show that this is a story, and there are several versions of this story, and in fact, there's several different kinds of stories. And Julie now has the capacity to move from story to story as an observer, rather than being stuck inside of the covers of one particular storybook. And I think that's a real interesting concept, because it kind of paves the way for whatever is going to happen next, and make it. It also makes everything make sense in that if you know in one particular story, you have dragons, and in another particular story you have dragons, but they're nice dragons, and they don't blow fire at people, don't kill people. And in another story you have dragons that talk like Smog, that are totally mean, and will tell you that you're an idiot because they can actually talk and have agency and like gold and stuff. Like, so the fact that we have various villains and that we don't necessarily see how they connect to one another except for the villains. Like how does the boy in white and the man in yellow and the nightmare monsters, how do they interact with one another? Do they know about one another's existence? Do they have anything to do with one another at all? Were they created by the same thing? Who the hell knows? But so it allows us to think at that scale, at that kind of fairy tale level, by understanding not as some sort of time travel thing, but as her moving through various stories. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No,
What's
absolutely.
your thoughts on that?
Absolutely, KP. And I think it's going to be interesting to see how they maneuver through that stuff going forward. KP, we're going to take it. We got a couple more calls and stuff. Thanks for calling in.
You guys have a good evening. I'll put you on the TV. Cheers.
You're the best, KP. Have a good one. We have a voicemail, and then anyone else that missed calling in, we had an unknown call that came through a second ago, but let's play this voicemail right now.
Happy birthday, Phil. It's Sam from Washington.
Hey, Sam.
I disagree with you and Tony on the tower scaling thing.
Do it.
I think the dolls can have different personalities, right? And one might go straight for the kill, but the other ones, they might try to play with their food a little bit.
Fair.
And also, I noticed one of those dolls tried ripping a heart out, so that might.
Yeah, fair. Like maybe they were playing with the food, messing with, letting Ellis get his licks in just for fun. They're fucking scarecrows. They would come back next time.
Irrelevant. I remember Tabitha like stabbing the doll.
Yeah.
And like maybe that doll can be revived with a new heart. I've seen that in other media before, so maybe it could apply here.
No, wait.
Tabitha also.
I love your little Wizard of Oz comment. Is the scarecrow get the heart or the brain? No, it's the brain. It's the brain. No, wait, it's the heart of the brain. Oh shit, we got two calls at once. Who should we take? We're gonna take this one first. Area code 513. Welcome to the show, 513. What's going on tonight?
Hey, what up, Phil? It's Nick Nack Studios, man.
Nick Nack. I'm not gonna say Patty Whack. Give the dog a bone. Nick Nack Studios. Welcome back.
What up, man? I just wanted to call in and say happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
And also say, man, that was probably my favorite episode so far.
It's definitely my favorite, probably one of my favorites in season 1. I really like tonight.
Yeah. There were some good ones in season 1 as well. But yeah, I liked it. We definitely got some answers. We know that the souls of people are trapped there. We know that, a lot of good stuff. We learned a lot. Yeah. But I got a theory, man, that I'm gonna put out there.
Bring the theory. We want to hear it. This is that time of the show. Bring the theories.
All right. So I believe the man in yellow is. I agree with Tony that the man in yellow is not the official big bad.
Yep.
When everything's said and done, I believe it's the red eyes. The shadow with the red eyes, but I think that the drawing of the standing crow is the same thing. It's the same entity. I think the crows are the big bad.
You think
by the end of the show?
Huh. Interesting. Okay.
I think by the end of the show, we're gonna see all the crows like fly together and smash into each other and become red eyes.
Whoa. Okay. So you think the Crows are going to come together in a Voltron Red Eye situation by the end of the series. See, I think the Crows are some of the dead people, but I want to explore this thought with you. Sorry, I was just sitting on my blunt. I was like looking around for it. Anyways, so that's how you know when it's too far. Okay, so you think all of them are some sort of variants of the evil entity that are going to all combine together like some evil Voltron at some point?
Yeah, they're gonna like I think once they get to the point where they're about to break out, you know, because the Crows, they kind of sit back and watch everything from afar, you know, and well, other than Jim's funeral, but I think when it comes down to them, like when they finally try to escape, the the Crows are gonna actually like have to step in. You know what I mean?
Okay. So the Crows are gonna be like the last defense in a sense, like they're the
yeah, or you know, like it's the big bad watching from afar, and then it's like, oh shit, they're about ready to get out. So and I'll give you one more thing,
please.
The Crows are the big bad.
Yep.
And the Crows are Jade's algorithm.
Okay, interesting. And I know that does connect. Thank you for the call, 513. We hope we hear from you soon. Nick Nack Paddywhack. I mean Nick Nack Studios. Sorry, buddy.
Happy birthday, Phil.
Thank you for humoring me on my birthday. Call 914. Thank you for good timing, 914. You timed that perfect at the end of the last call. Like you could not have timed that fucking call in more perfect, 914. What's going on?
Hey, I'm super excited to be listening in. First time listening in or calling in. Sorry, but been listening from the beginning.
Oh, thank you.
I have a question.
Oh no! I'm sorry. I don't have any answers, but I'll try my best.
Okay, so I'm curious of how come. So Victor had his dad come into the town, right? And then the nurse paramedic girl had her girl come into town.
Yes.
But how, does that mean anything? Are they special? Why did they get someone to come into the town with them?
Messed up.
That is an interesting question. I mean, I don't know if either of those people would have been solving issues or solving problems or being more productive if their significant other didn't pop into town. Like they want to hamstring Victor by having his dad come in, or possibly in the Henry situation. I think with Marielle, it was to directly fuck with Kenny, like directly, like it was purposely, like Kenny had a chance for a win and this place wants to fuck with Kenny just for sport. Like this is the one thing that the evil part of this town connects with Tony. They all like to fuck with Kenny. Like they like
pause.
Oh yeah, I said fuck with. I said fuck with.
Yeah, that's still a pause.
Okay. Either way, so I think in that case, I think in the Henry situation, very possibly they didn't intend for Tabitha to get out. The boy in white facilitated that. And I think maybe the boy in white is his own selfish entity. So the Henry situation is beyond their control. Like they didn't expect Henry to come back in, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just out there on a limb. What do you think, Tony?
Yeah, I think that they went and got Henry. I mean, if we were going through, Tabitha's husbands all get killed, right? And Jade is one of them, I guess. Henry should get killed for that reason. But also, you bring Henry in there and you look at the boy in white and he's not a good person. What's Henry going to do? Henry's going to get Tabitha to say that he's Miranda resurrected. She almost told him already. She was about to tell him. Now we see Henry over here crying about his wife, and she's going to think she's helping him. And she's going to say, you know what? I have the memories of her. I am her resurrected, blah, blah, blah. And he's going to be like, you're fucking get drunk. You know you're fucking not. She said that this and that. And it's going to blow up in her face. And I think that's the reason why he's brought up in there. This to mess things up. Everyone who's been brought up in there has been to mess up the other characters. And I think that's what they brought him in there for.
Cool. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. That's
we really appreciate your call. We hope thank you for the first time caller. And we hope you call back in many, many times.
Cool. Thanks. Bye, guys.
Peace. Thank you so much. And thank you, Apulia, for that super chat donation. And we also had another one that said something about Ellis's power rating. Yes, Ellis's power rating is all over the bloody pace. And it's, yes, very rude Taurus season. That's accurate. That's an accurate representation. I'm a stubborn asshole. ask anybody. You can ask Tony even that. I'm way ruder than I appear on the stream. Everyone thinks I'm nice. I'm an asshole, right, Tony?
I don't consider myself rude. I think I'm a pretty cool cat. I think I'm
You're even nicer in reality. Like, not that you're mean on streams. You're even a nicer human in reality.
I think people find that hard to believe, though. But
I would say, in my experience, Tony off camera is even sweeter. I'm a way bigger asshole. Area code unknown. This is scary. Unknown caller. What's going on? Hi, unknown caller. What's up?
What's up, Tony? What's up, Phil? Percy Garcia.
Oh, Percy Garcia.
Damn, had to be a guy. Shit, you know what I mean?
We were hoping.
All this stuff. Hey, unknown caller, how are you? What's up, motherfuckers? How are you doing? It's Percy.
I was hoping it was Kathleen Turner. No, Percy. Thank you. Great for you to call in.
I thought it was going to be Acosta or something again. Damn it. All right.
No, it's not happening. Did you get the email I sent you, Tony?
I did not. It was recently?
Yeah, I sent it to you this morning.
I didn't. I'll check it out.
Anyway, sorry, Percy.
You sure you did?
Maybe I sent it to somebody else.
Jeez, because I would have seen it.
TeflonTV@gmail.com.
Teflon TV 1.
Oh, okay. Forget it. I sent it to somebody else. I'll send it to you now. Anyway, sorry, Percy. Go for it.
No, I just wanted to call in. I have a theory about Acosta, and I know Acosta is Tony's favorite character.
Yep.
But I think Acosta's in trouble, and I think Boyd set her up. And I'm gonna give you a rundown. When Jade was having his experience in the colony house, and he goes downstairs in the basement with Boyd, that whole interaction, I believe that was a reenactment. Jade was actually story walking, and that was a reenactment of the experience that Acosta has downstairs in the basement with Boyd. I think Acosta is the one that finds the door, and Acosta is the one that's down there in the hole right now. And I think we might not see that until later on in the season. But that's what I think. Jade was actually story walking, and he was seeing what Acosta went through.
What Acosta went through?
Huh?
Like, what do you mean what she went through? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Like, she went through what?
So that whole, if you go back and you watch that,
yep,
that is, I believe, Jade is actually story walking through Acosta's shoes. Boyd, the whole time he's pushing Jade, like, go through, keep going. And then you see them down in the tunnel, and Boyd's the one that's guiding Jade, but in real time, he's actually guiding Acosta. But we see it through Jade's eyes. Jade doesn't know. Jade's on a trip. He doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
That whole experience, I believe, was Acosta, and Acosta is down in that hole right now, and she might be turned into a monster. We might get to see that. The process of somebody getting turned into a monster, and it might be involved with that hole.
Interesting.
It's very interesting. I'm trying to see how it would work out. Like, I understand what you're saying. You're saying that he's really seeing Acosta do it. Jade is like watching a future version of Acosta and Boyd walking through that hole together. Is what you're saying, like that?
Think about it like when Julie goes through, when Julie does it at the ruins, and what we see is we think it's Julie dropping the rope. It's not Julie dropping the rope. It's really Sarah dropping the rope. Julie is story walking, or walking in Sarah's shoes, just like Jade was walking in Acosta's shoes at that time. It's called astral projection. It's an outer body experience.
Yeah, I understand what astral projection is. So you say, all right,
but the show calls it story walking.
No, I feel what you're saying. I I have to think about it though. I have to think about it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure on that. I understand what you're saying. I got to think about that one though. It does.
Because if you think about it, the only person that is not accounted for in that basement is Acosta. Acosta is down in that basement, or was down in that basement. And she was down there with Boyd, and she tells Boyd, tell me why the fuck we're really here. That whole thing, you got to remember, Acosta, she's already suicidal. And she said, you know, let me go out into the woods and blow my head off. Instead of her suicide being a waste, Boyd is actually sacrificing her, giving her up, just like he gave up Randall.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm going to.
Ooh, everyone, just for the record, while we're waiting right now, I don't want to tell you to leave this video for a second, but leave the podcast for a second, because Teflon TV just posted a video, the breakdown of the new promo of like Tony's multitasking over here. He's posting videos in the live stream. Look at the magic scheduling there.
It's magic how it all goes down.
So
I didn't
put
the breakdown down. I didn't put the breakdown down. Yeah,
I just got an alert that said Teflon TV just posted a video.
I did post a video. This is the trailer.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's just the trailer. Okay, I thought it was a breakdown.
No, not yet. It's going to take a second for me to do that. But you know, some things in the trailer does point to what he's saying and everything else. The people say Tony's doing his taxes. And yes, you heard people saying yes.
So Tony is playing sick. Let's not skip it. Tony's playing sick right now. But Percy Garcia, I like your theory. I think anything's possible right now in this show. So it's really cool to kind of hear how different people kind of take things different ways.
Percy be cooking. I hear him with Real all the time, and they be going in. They go a little deeper than I go. You know what I mean? That's why I like to listen to what they have to say.
Yeah,
and all that good stuff.
That's how I feel about Taryn's amazing, but I'm not sure I agree with everything that Taryn says, but I love listening to him talk about it.
100%.
Well, I'll tell you what, the show is looking more supernatural more than ever, though, isn't it?
No, I don't know how you. Why would you say that? Why would you say that?
Maybe Percy.
Why would you say that? No, Percy. Why? Why would you think it's more supernatural?
I love you, Percy Garcia.
Well, we got Fatima building a golem. You know, a golem's a troll. You know, you got Sophia performing magic on the pastor.
I mean, shape-shifting, we've talked about. I mean, I could tell you, we already talked about the Thing and other creatures that are from aliens that shape-shift and all that. I don't know, you know, if it's magic. I mean, she hit it with a touch. I mean, Spock's Vulcan death grip had nothing to do with
I
magic.
love all the Star Trek references.
And he was able to hit people like that. I don't know. I don't see the supernatural part of it. I think that they're really just going on and everything else. And the golem, if it's animated, I don't know. Like when I see these animated things, I just think it's something controlling it from a different dimension that we can't see. We just see the after effects of it. Just like when we see the house crumble down and Randall says houses don't collapse this way, because the other person that's doing it, it's in the fourth dimension and they're affecting it and we can't see them because we can only perceive 3 dimensions. And I think that's the same thing that's going on when we deal with these other things. Those scarecrows aren't alive. The avatars are someone else that's controlling them and stuff.
I agree. I agree. I just got a different way. I have a different approach to it.
Yeah. That's what's up. We'll see in the end. You know, I'm probably right on some things. You're right on some things. And we'll see however it plays out.
That's what's so amazing about this show, and honestly what I'm going to miss about it, because the answers are great and people always want the answers, but I think part of what makes this show fun is debating all this shit too, you know, like, and talking about this stuff. So I'm excited for answers.
Should we watch the trailer with all the people in it?
Can we?
Yeah, I mean, I'll upload
Percy, thank you for the call. We'll talk to you soon, man. Make sure you're calling again soon.
Yep, you fellas have a good night.
YouTube, man. Take
All
care.
right, bro.
But yeah, let's watch that shit, Tony. Let's watch
All right,
that.
let me set it up and then we'll watch.
And Tony, the guy on the left right here is in Star Trek is a fucking shapeshifter.
Oh, is he? He
Yeah.
looks like it too, doesn't he?
He is. He's part of a whole race of Star Trek shapeshifters.
I mean, Martian Manhunter is a shapeshifter too. He doesn't have any magic. That's just who he is.
He
Right?
is a shapeshifter as well. Yes.
All right, let's set this up. Does everybody want to watch it? I guess we have to ask.
Yeah, they fucking want to watch it. No, if anyone doesn't want to watch the trailer right now, mute it and leave for a few minutes. Or just leave for the evening, and thank you so much for watching. We appreciate your patronage.
Right.
I'm an asshole tonight. I'm such an asshole tonight.
It's your birthday. It's your goddamn birthday.
Is Jade wearing skinny jeans? And it's gonna be my birthday, like for a couple days. I'll take a couple days here.
Yeah. All right. Let me come over here. Let's full screen it up. All right. Let's go.
Jade's looking pretty good in those jeans. I don't know.
I made a plan a suicide mission because of some things that you saw in a mushroom trip.
Hey, you said wait. Okay, let us play first, and then we'll talk.
Victor's on the roof. Man in the suit. Is there anything else you can remember about him? I can try.
No, boss.
I guess forget what I said about Victor.
Stay with me.
Wait, it's not gonna work.
Don't you do that.
Do we finally have a death?
Wait a second here. All right, let's play one more time. It's going to keep it.
Can we talk during this time?
Mission because of some things that you saw in a mushroom trip.
He looks like he's talking to Adam Beasley again.
I went looking for answers.
So they're back downstairs.
This is your shot. Victor's on the roof.
Is that another red shirt?
What is that, Jelly Roll?
And how's that not you and me?
Yeah, why is Jelly Roll in this?
Why is that not Tony Teflon giving that line right there? That should be fucking Teflon. We don't need Zach Brown on Survivor here. What the fuck's going on? And rest in peace, Suri, the greatest Survivor player of all time.
This is some bull. What happened? Suri passed away?
No, she got voted out of the game.
Oh, Jesus. Phil, you scare me. You can't say that. Rest
in peace in the game, Survivor.
This is fucking Jelly Roll, bro.
No, Jelly Roll's on that Ozempic, dude. He's thin now.
What the fuck is going on,
He's
man?
taking the Ozempic. He's thin. I'm pretty sure Jelly Roll is the Ozempic.
Fucking Jelly Roll gets on before we get on.
What the fuck is that shit, dude? I don't like that. Victor, remember what I said about Victor about maturing? I guess I'm wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong about that. This guy.
I guess I was wrong about that.
Look at Jelly Roll here.
Who's next to Jelly Roll? Who are these people?
Why can't we get on, Phil?
Why
could be
can't I
any
be that
one
guy?
of these people.
You should be Jelly Roll and I should be the dude in the bike. What the
This
fuck's
is
wrong?
not fucking fair, bro. What the fuck is going on here, man?
People in the podcast, we're watching images here,
bro. We should be on this motherfucker, bro.
This is ridiculous, Tony. This is ridiculous.
Unbelievable fucking ball.
How is that not you? You would do so much better in that way.
I am. Number one, I'm better looking out. I'm in better shape by far. And he's got a hat backwards and everything. Who is this guy?
Look at the guy with the mic. Imagine if he had a gray beard. He looks so much cooler.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. So why are they doing us like that, bro?
This is a personal slight.
It is. Look at this fucking guy.
And who's that girl? Who's that girl next to her? And we're like, and then we have random characters. Like we still haven't seen like.
This chick is coming from Walmart with her bag here.
Yeah, is that a shopping bag? Is that like the plastic?
This guy's got a BMX. It's got a BMX bike. How do you get a BMX bike?
Pee Wee Herman's big adventure bike. That's
this chick is hippie.
Remember the Alamo? I mean,
she's hippied up here. She's looking at Victor's on the roof. How do you know Victor's on the roof, man?
I don't fucking know. Jade, look at Jade. Oh my goodness. Go back to Jade. Can we go back to that one shot of Jade? Jade looks good there. That's a good fucking I just tripped out kind of picture. Like dude has tripped.
So it must be something that he wants them to go into the tunnels for something. And we see the door with Acosta, my beautiful woman here.
Oh, she's finally back.
Yeah, and we see her there in the background. In there, they find the doorway and everything, and they're both.
Look at Boyd in there. I know this is just the shot, but Boyd looks like he just let out a fart.
Yeah, he's just like something happened here.
He's like, oh, sorry guys, that's a smelly one. He's gonna
And the
use
cops are just in the background, just looking at him like, what was
She's like,
that?
that stunk, dude. That's
It's coming back towards me, brother. Or you could have turned, Jade.
So so what do they see here? What do you think they see here, Tony?
I don't even know if it's a real scene with them there. I mean,
is this more vision-y?
All right, let's take a look from the beginning one more time.
You want me to plan a suicide mission because of some things that you saw in a mushroom trip. This is our chance.
I love the shoulder shrug.
I'm looking for answers right now. Answers. This is our shot. Victor's on the roof. Man in the suit. Is there anything else you can remember about her? I can try. No, boss. Come on, stay with me.
All right, who is this in the floor?
Do you think it's fake Sophia? Do you think this is
I mean, but you got Tabitha in the background. Does that mean it's Julie
or Ethan?
He said she has no pulse, right?
Play it again.
Let's listen.
Stay with me. Wait, it's not gonna work. Don't you do this.
See, Tabitha reacting like that, you would think it's Julie.
Yeah, maybe Julie having a episode.
I'm not going back far enough from that. All right, let's go back to here. Let's see.
Wait, it's not gonna work.
Holy shit. Here.
Jump.
Remember about her? I can try. No pulse.
It just says no pulse.
It's not gonna work. Don't you do this.
Just says no pulse, so we don't know if it's Jade.
So why would Tabitha be acting like that unless it's something to do with her?
Or
and
Jade.
Again, it's not going to work.
Wait, it's not gonna work.
They're in Colony House.
It could be Jade.
No.
Man in the suit.
It could be.
Anything else you can remember about her? I can try.
He's going or Victor. Jade or Victor. Considering the rest of the trailer, it's probably Jade or Victor.
Wait, it's not gonna work. Don't you do this.
Or Victor's dad.
Could be Henry. Yeah, good point, Tony.
Henry too.
It could be Henry. It could be fucking Henry. But the question is, we have our death draft, and I don't think any of us have gotten fucking points yet. I got points for Sophia being turning into the man in yellow because I took those easy points. But I don't. None of us have got any death points yet. No one's dead yet.
Yeah, no one yet. I mean, you would think there'd be someone dead by now and stuff, but nope, not yet.
Right? Like, there's no. Oh no, fucking red shirt guy in this episode died.
Oh, no one can get him. We didn't even know he existed.
Yeah, no.
People saying Henry alcohol poisoning. Yeah, it's probably Henry. It seems like it's gonna be Henry. Maybe that's what drives Victor to the roof.
Good point.
You know what I mean? And then Victor loses it and goes to the roof and everything else because his dad died.
Because Henry's fucking up.
Yeah.
Bacta is a forgotten about character. We won't see her much.
No, she's not even in the show anymore. They just did her dirty.
Next time we see her, Sarah will be working at the diner, and she'll just be a background character. Mm-hmm. She is we thought she might be a character, but she's not a character. She's a glorified extra.
Yeah, she's not going to be leading the death march charge, but fucking Jelly Roll might be. It should be us on the death march.
Leave Jelly Roll alone. We got to give him his flowers. That was a good wave.
Jesus Christ, how can't we get on this damn show?
So do you like the fact that they're taking a week off? Or it doesn't bother
I mean, I don't care. It just gives me this more chances to come out there and live stream some more. So for me, I don't care. I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
And everything. So it just gives me a chance to live stream some more, make up some more theory videos and everything else. Gives me a extra week just to put stuff out there. So I don't mind it.
I agree. I mean, we grew up in a time where mid-season sweeps and all that sort of stuff were a thing where it would be a couple of weeks and the show would go on hiatus. 1 week isn't too bad. I mean, I'm going to be doing after shows for House of the Dragon, so it does interfere with that.
When does that start?
It was supposed to be the season finale, but now it's a week out, so it starts whatever the date of episode 9 from will be.
Oh, all right.
So the first 2 episodes of that will be on the final 2 seasons, final 2 episodes. I will do my after show on like a Tuesday or on Monday or Tuesday or something like that. But
Well, I guess I got to cover that show too. So,
I mean, you did one video, but you didn't end up covering.
No, this gets boring to me. I already see it. I know what's gonna happen. It gets boring. So I already know. I read the books. I know what they're gonna do. It's just boring to me. I wish I loved Game of Thrones and A Song of Ice and Fire like I used to love it. I really do.
Are you more excited for the next season of Dexter?
Yes, 100%. Because I have no idea what's going to happen there.
It's cool. I've been seeing some of the behind the scenes stuff.
With so much better when you don't know any base material and you can watch it.
And that's what's cool about From and
207 likes. We will gift away something then for you. I think that's decent enough. I did say 250, right? I should be a man of my word.
It's close enough.
Yeah, let me see if I have anything to give.
Oh, someone said 2 weeks off. I believe the next episode will be on the 31st.
2 weeks is a little crazy. Now they're getting nuts.
I don't think it's 2 weeks. I think it's 1 week.
With 2 weeks, I'll give them 2 weeks.
I think they're just taking off the holiday here because a lot of people might be away on Sundays. So they're
looking at them coming through. I see Sci-Fi Vision is streaming right now too. Good for her. We're supposed to do some type of collabo work with her.
I was talking to Sci-Fi a little bit during the Pluribus season as well.
Oh yeah, we're supposed to do something with it, but
no, I mean I know your long-term planning, like the as Real was talking about, like a round table thing towards the end of the season where you do the 30 minutes with a bunch of different creators.
Yeah, we'll do that, but we'll definitely get that thing popping. Figure out something to do. I don't know.
I also want to do, and I've got some questions, Tony, from Trivia Night.
Okay.
Are you not right now, but are you ready for the competition? We got to get someone to challenge you.
I'm ready for the Trivia Night thing. 100%. We could definitely get it popping. I'm definitely willing to do it and to go against people. They will think that it's set up and stuff when I win so easily. So we'll have to have a separate person make up who's not from the channel make up stuff. Why do you hit pause and the shit unpauses by itself? Like it shouldn't be allowed to do that. And it just unpaused by itself again. Luckily, I have the sound on. Shouldn't be able to do that. Let's see. Let's gift some stuff here. Gift some memberships. Can we gift? There we go. Booyaka.
Join. There you go. Welcome to the party, pals.
There we go.
People that are listening to the audio cast, we thank you. If you're enjoying our stuff, we've gotten comments that people are like, I like how you don't edit and you keep it as a real conversation. Some people are like, I hate that you guys talk about YouTube stuff during a podcast. Either way, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for checking.
We're not in the editing and all that. We're not gonna do it. It's gonna be just what it is, raw, and right to it. And that's just the way it's gonna be.
You're gonna get it. Ooh, baby, you're gonna fucking like it raw. If we had a theme song, it would be "Ooh, Baby, You Like It Raw" by ODB.
100%. Big Tony, do you think Down is a plant? She's like, yeah, 100%. I've said it 1,000 times. Say it again. She's definitely in there working with the people on the inside, and she's gonna get exposed. She is the mole. Down is the mole.
Yes, baby.
She's wrong. Victor going. It used to Victor. Victor's growing up. He goes on a roof. It has to be Henry dying. That's the only thing that make Victor go on the roof too, right?
Probably. I mean, something happening to Henry. That's a good point, Tony. I think it's very clear the main thing that would get Victor on that rooftop is something bad happening to Henry.
Yeah, especially right after that, he's gonna blame himself. They showed in the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't have showed him the picture. Shouldn't have showed him the picture. Blah blah blah.
I shouldn't have done it. This is my fault. My dad was doing good. He was okay here, but then I showed him the picture of my mom being eaten, and then now he's dying of alcohol poisoning. I'm gonna jump.
Yeah, I don't know why you even draw something like that. You know what I mean?
I died because my mom got eaten, and I had to chronicle my mom got eaten. Tony, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know why you draw that like that.
I don't know why I did that thing either. I don't know.
This ridiculous.
I'm sorry. I'm being hard on Victor. I'm doing my Victor impression. It's horrible. Scott, I'm sorry. It's horrible.
We love you, Scott. We love you. Scott.
I love you, Scott. I'm just a poor man's you in every way, as a musician and as a Victor. You're the best, Scott.
No doubt about it. All right, let's run off. I gotta get to bed. Obviously, I'm sick and I gotta work in the morning, so I gotta take my penicillin and hit the slack. I want to thank everybody out here again. Happy birthday to Phil the Issues guy. Show him some love. Go support his channel. Go listen to. Go subscribe. To
I may even do an after stream karaoke here. I don't know. I'm drunk. I might do it.
There you go. There you go. You might do it after stream karaoke on his channel. Go on his channel.
Actually, no. Fuck that. Fuck that. I might do it on a separate channel because I don't want to get a strike. So people subscribe to my band's channel. I might do it there. Here you go.
There you go. You might do that there. Phil, happy birthday as always. May you live as long as you want, never want as long as you live. Could not do this without you. Well, if you like the way we do this, please thumbs up this, spread this across the realm, and of course, subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is.